You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends, everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
When a dangerous, overgrown, or storm-damaged tree is threatening your home, your car, or your family, don't risk it. Call ECR Total Landscapes, your local tree-cutting experts. From precision tree removal and trimming to emergency storm cleanup, ECR Total Landscapes has the equipment and the experience to get the job done safely and efficiently. Call today to set up your free estimate, 865-384-2012, or just go online to ecrtotallandscapes.com.
WKGN 1340. Go Vols!
You're tuned in to East Tennessee's premier sports radio call-in show. This is The Drive.
And hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another stellar edition of The Drive here on Fan Run Radio. I'm Russell Smith, punching the time clock at 3:01 on another dog day afternoon here in August. We are inching closer and closer to the kickoff of college football season, but I mean to tell you, it is steamy out there. I was out walking this morning pretty early. It was just like, it was a mess when I got back, Bob. A hot, sweaty mess.
I had a lunch date today with somebody, and we met at this restaurant. The restaurant was hopping, very busy, and they said, we could seat you outside. And we were like, okay, we don't have much time. And it was covered. It was shaded.
Yeah.
But, man, it was still hot.
Yeah.
Still hot.
Yeah, we were doing all these. We're pretty much sold out on our. We have. If you want to drive remote, you need to call me for the Football Fridays this season. The Arkansas game is the only one we have unclaimed. So we're going to be out and about all these locations. And I was talking with Double A Garage Beer earlier today, and it's like, hey man, you know the beer companies decide where they want to put us.
Yeah.
And so I was like, any update on that Furman Friday? Hoping that we're going to be inside, and it does sound like we are going to be indoors before the Furman game, sipping cold garage beer and enjoying the benefits of modern air conditioning. So we've got that going for us. And coming up Thursday, we're going to be at Citizens National Bank in Sevierville, and you know they typically set us up outside under a tent and everything. But I was like, hey. Any chance we can move this party indoors? And they're like, sure. So we'll be up there on Thursday, and just trying to maximize indoor time this time of year.
Bless you for that.
It is critical, as a wise man or a not so wise man once said.
It's critical.
Thank you, Butch.
Butch Jones is ass.
Bob, your birthday plans come off all right last night?
Yeah, you know, we had to navigate around that storm, which was kind of biblical.
It was vicious.
I mean, that was something else. But we met up at
go to the Texas Roadhouse.
The TRH.
Let's go.
The TRH had a little. I got. I think my eyes were bigger than my stomach. I got a 12-ounce steak, and I couldn't finish I finished about half of it.
Yeah.
The rest is at home in the fridge. It will
Waiting
get
on
reheated tonight. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Okay.
it was good though.
How do you go about reheating steak? Are you a microwave guy, or do you fire up the skillet and stick it in the oven or anything?
I'll do the microwave just because it's
a little tough.
A little bit, but it'll be all right. I think
this isn't a no offense to the good folks at Texas Roadhouse. We love them, but this wasn't a Ruth's Chris $50 piece of meat.
No, that's what I love about that place, though. Good stuff and
reasonably priced.
Not crazy expensive, but shout out to my bride who was, like, hey, it's your birthday, wherever you want to go. Because she got there, she was like, I'll have a baked potato. That's it. I was like,
what?
Nothing else? She was like, yeah, I'm good. So daughter had a burger. Their burgers look legit too, by the way. Never had one there, but
do enjoy a good restaurant burger from time to time.
Yeah. So
did you fill up on bread and butter?
I only had one.
Really?
I just had one because I knew and then I had a salad and, I had a baked potato and corn. And I mean, that's what I'm saying. I couldn't finish it all.
Where do you think, because for me, Texas Roadhouse warm rolls and cinnamon butter is right at the very top of the restaurant bread and butter game. I mean, it's all pretty good. You can bring me warm bread and some melty butter on top of it. I'm a happy guy, but that's hard to beat, man. I mean, I can go in there and fill up on that bread. Like, no doubt. Like, I could just get the steak to go and eat it the next day.
Now, the bread's good. That's what I'm saying.
It's not good for you, but it is good.
And I've learned over time that, just get one and really enjoy it, because then you're not going to be able to eat your food. Wade Snyder, 8820, with the pro tip on the live chat, he said, when you're reheating a steak in the microwave, you put a glass cup of water in there with the steak. And that'll
just
keep
steam.
That'll keep it from being tough.
Huh. Microwaves are a strange thing, man, because we talk about bread and everything. I love if I take a little bread home, I'll wrap it up in a paper towel. For some reason, that I feel like helps keeps the bread moist. And, just 10 seconds, and you can melt the butter on it. I'm a big bread and butter guy, by the way. Great. In case you didn't notice.
I love that too. And Michael Motes says that water trick also works for bread in the microwave.
Mm-hmm.
Glass of water. GBO Kyle Beach says, and I've heard this before, I've just never partook, said that the fried chicken at the Roadhouse is the bomb.
Does it come with gravy on it?
Yeah, I imagine so.
Do they have the defibrillator paddles right next to the booth for you? That's the thing in sports now. All these facilities have the paddles.
Yeah.
It's because guys are always passing out left and right, and somebody gets paddled, it feels like, every other week. And in sports, oh my God, thank God we have the paddles. That, I feel like, the next step in the slow evolution of America, the most unhealthy country imaginable, is we're just going to put the paddles and all the other cardiac care right there in the restaurant, so you can eat till your heart's content, pass out, have a coronary, and they'll just zap you right there. You could go right back to your bread and butter.
Absolutely. Speaking of that, another fix for your Texas Roadhouse rolls, Jared 922 says the rolls dipped in the house steak sauce will change your life.
Ooh.
We're learning a lot.
Oh, that sounds good.
It does, doesn't it?
I'll say, and I haven't been to this place in years, but O'Charlie's.
Yeah, same.
They have that bread. I mean, again, no offense to them. The rest of their dining experience is somewhat forgettable, shall we say?
Yeah.
But that bread and, oh man, they have those yeast rolls, and we used to have the station when I worked at WNOX. It was in a strip mall, which is interesting. It was actually a really nice facility they had there, but it was right next to the O'Charlie's on Kingston Pike out here in West Knoxville. And so we would go over there regularly and have a little lunch, yeast rolls, free pie on Monday or Wednesday, I believe.
You probably don't remember, but I do. We had a meetup, you and I and my RTI partner, way back when at that O'Charlie's.
Yeah, I remember that.
Long time ago.
You guys trying to hire me away from the good people at WNOX?
No, you actually called them.
I was trying to talk to you guys.
Yes.
What was that about? I can't remember.
I think maybe advertising or doing something.
That's
like
right. Okay.
Yeah.
So Bob is celebrating his 29th year trip around the sun, and we're celebrating as well. We like having Bob around, and we'll get into a lot of stuff here this afternoon on the show. Speaking of RTI, we've got your boy Ryan Shumpert coming up here in hour number 2. We'll get his thoughts. Is it Faison Brandon's job to lose at this point? What can Faison do the rest of the week? And again, another scrimmage coming up on Saturday. What can he do to go ahead and put an end to this thing? It does feel like after months and months of talking about this, starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel. And just to put it bluntly, Bob, if Faison has another solid scrimmage on Saturday, barring some sort of McIntyre Marvel game, it feels like we might be sitting here with our starting quarterback this time next week.
I hope so. Not just saying it's because I like Faison. I mean, I just want some clarity. That's all. I'm looking forward to that.
Looking forward to it, as Jeremy Pruitt once said. All right, let's go to the Fan Run breaking news desk for the first time today. Basketball news today. Tennessee men's and women's basketball announcing a partnership with Axle Logistics for a sponsor patch on the jerseys. Here we go. Sponsor patches coming to Tennessee basketball and women's basketball, and the partner will be Axle Logistics, one of our sponsors here on Fan Run Radio. That's pretty good right there. Looking at some of the pictures online, it'll be an orange patch on the home white jerseys, a white patch on the road away orange jerseys, and I think as far as advertising on jerseys goes, it's pretty tasteful.
Yeah, I think so. It is logo central though on those top of those basketball jerseys.
It is a lot. That's what I'm thinking too. You got the Axle patch on the. I guess this is if you're wearing it, it would be the right shoulder.
Yes.
The Adidas logo right in the middle underneath the collar, and now the Axle patch will be, the SEC patch will be on the left shoulder. So you got 3 logos on the front.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they look all right, though. From everything I can see, they look clean enough. And money's money, man. This is the beginning. I was talking with Boss Man out there about it, and he posed the question. He said, "Do you think what sport do you think's next? Is it baseball? You think he's Danny's trial ballooning these until we get to football, because football is going to be a white whale. They're going to be willing to do with somebody." So
$3 million a year, 5-year deal for basketball only. And this gives you a window into what they're thinking, right? The Notre Dame set the market with the SoFi deal, right? That was $20 million a year.
Yeah. That was across all sports.
Is that
right?
Yeah, okay? So that's all sports.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what the sales efforts have been like on Tennessee's part to get this done. Could that mean that they're having trouble finding I'm sure if they had a $20 million a year partner across all sports, they would just go ahead and do that. Maybe they're thinking, okay, maybe we can't get that. We'll go ahead and take the $3 million a year for basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully we can get something in, I don't know, the $8 to $12 million range for football from a separate sponsor.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like that's going to be done before this season, by the way. Ohio State and Notre Dame are kicking in their deals this season.
I agree. I think that that'll be more something for next season. And, one thing we can say about Danny is I think he likes to win. He likes to be a pace setter on this. So I'm guessing, you see some of these numbers that we mentioned, they're aggregate for, all the major revenue sports, as I understand it, at least. Maybe he's kind of doing this, hey, we're going to piecemeal it here and here and here. And when you add them all up, it's going to be the biggest haul ever for this type of sponsorship relationship. I don't know. I'm trying to think who do we see for football, because
I don't know, man.
It might be a wider net than the local players.
I mean, Axel is, obviously they're a major player in local business community and and they've got some coin to spend.
Yeah.
I would, football is going to, as we say, cost a premium. So I'm thinking that's probably going to be a national company. I mean, we talked about everybody goes to Pilot immediately.
Yeah.
How many more times can you go to them with their hand,
That's right.
your hand out? And at this point, they've got their logo on the field. They've got it on the press box. I mean, there's a sponsorship deal. It's what is it? Neyland Stadium preserved by Pilot. I mean,
Correct.
they're pretty visible there anyway. I don't know. Are they going to carve out another $10 million a year to put their patch on the jersey? Maybe they will.
Yeah, I don't know. And sometimes I feel like Pilot tries to fancy themselves as a kind of an SEC brand. Remember, they've had campaigns on SEC Network and other things too.
Well, they are. Yeah, I mean, when you're fishing you're fishing out of a smaller pond for these types of sponsors.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of people when you're talking about a sponsorship that costs well over $5 million a year, which is going to be for football, maybe over $10 million. I don't know. That precludes a lot of people.
Yeah,
that might be interested in partnering up with UT Athletics. There's you're not going to go to the same people that are getting a little 4x4 inch ad in your game program that you sell at the I mean, it's different from even the people that are going to show up on the scoreboard or whatever. So I mean, that is a major sponsorship, but it's coming. I have no doubt they're trying to sell it, and it'll be interesting to see. Yeah, I don't know. People asking about baseball. Axel is not on the baseball. I would imagine somebody will be. That's something that they're hawking out there. It's probably not as valuable as basketball. You're probably not going to get $5 million a year out of it, but I don't know. What could you get? $1 million, 1.5, something like that a year for a baseball patch?
Maybe $1 million. I don't know.
You got to keep in mind. I mean, it's not just this is tied directly to TV, right?
Yeah.
All these games are on TV, and you have the close-ups of the players, so you're going to be seeing that, and that goes for baseball and football as well. It's not just eyes in the stadium or what they're doing today with the social media and all that stuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just wondering for example, Notre Dame does kind of fancy themselves as more of a national brand because they're not really aligned with a conference like the SoFi thing you mentioned. I just wonder if we're going to see something like that enter the chat for Tennessee for football.
Yeah. I mean, SoFi, I don't even know really what they are, quite honestly, but I just think of the football stadium in Los Angeles.
Right.
Right. And obviously Notre Dame is a long way from LA, but they are a national brand and all their games are going to be on TV. So I'm sure SoFi, that's what they're thinking. And then Chase Bank is $17 million a year with Ohio State across all sports. So, yeah, I mean, I think it'd probably be something in the financial field or something like that.
Yeah.
You get a big Buc-ee's patch right on the side of, put the beaver
We're talking
on the shoulder.
We talked about Buc-ee's earlier. We another local brand that has some heft, national footprint, Bush Beans, another one.
I mean, if you really wanted to get some crossover appeal, you could even have a deal with your players. You score a touchdown, open up a jar of Bush Beans and just like start gobbling them up right there, kind of like Popeye and his spinach on the sideline.
Yeah.
I mean, think about the commercial potential for that. It's another Bush Beans touchdown for the Big Orange.
Yes. I like it.
We do something like that at One Knox games with Bush Beans, where all of our replays that we run are sponsored by them. So every single time we run a replay up there, they flash their graphic in and out.
You need to pitch this to the players, Walker, is, hey, you score a goal, pop open a can of Bush Beans and just down that right there. I mean, what's that worth? An extra $10,000?
We already have the entire crowd chanting "Roll that beautiful bean" footage every time we play a replay. So.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah.
Roll that beautiful bean.
They love it. The people love it.
What do they say? Roll that beautiful bean. How does it go?
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
They chant that?
Oh, well, the PA announcer says it, and then the entire crowd follows along. It's a good joke.
You've got inroads over there, you should also be inserting a little bit of sound when this happens of a certain someone saying,
great.
Oh, I thought you were going to say a sound when, you eat the beans and
well, no,
has that natural effect on people. The musical fruit is what we called it in elementary school, Bob.
Rickety Bones
had a whole song to go along with it.
Rickety Bones says, hand out 100,000 Bush Beans cans before the LSU game and let nature take its course.
There you go. It's important to get your fiber. That's what my doctor says anyway. Quick timeout. It is The Drive, Fan Run Radio on a Monday afternoon edition of the show. We've got some injury news, a couple of different injuries we are tracking across the world of collegiate athletics. We'll get you tuned into that when we continue. Open up the phone lines here. If you want to chime in, open lines this hour. Now's a great time to take a shot. 865-966-3435. Your number, 966-3435 to get on board. It's Fan Run Radio. We're back with more right after this.
The Drive.
105.7 FM, 1340 AM. Online at fanrunradio.com and streaming on the free Fan Run Radio app. This is Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
One homestand remaining to see your Knoxville Smokies in action. That's it. The first week of September, your Smokies are home against the Chattanooga Lookouts, and we're closing out the season with amazing promotions every night. Taco Tuesday and All-You-Can-Eat Wednesday, less than $20 for tons of food and game tickets.
Nice.
Our final Thirsty Thursday, final fireworks show, and we end the season with our fan appreciation game. Get your tickets now at SmokiesBaseball.com.
Knoxville Smokies. Citizens National Bank.
Are you getting penalized because you can't make it to your bank on time? No need for unnecessary roughness. It's time for a new game plan. Easily manage your accounts with Citizens National Bank's mobile banking app. Check your balance, deposit a check, and pay a bill all from your phone with CNB's mobile banking.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jacob Wilco. Here at Knoxville Smiles, every smile is unique and every smile has a story. We would love to get to know you and help you smile brighter with confidence. If you've been looking for a dental home that treats you like more than just a set of teeth, we would love to welcome you to the family. Please give us a call at 865-539-1776 or visit us at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles.
Is your crawl space damp, musty, or showing signs of mold? Call S&D Crawl Space and Insulation. From crawl space encapsulation and mold remediation to waterproofing, insulation, and dehumidifiers, S&D helps protect your home from moisture and poor air quality. Serving Knoxville and surrounding areas, call 865-602-0590. That's 865-602-0590. S&D Crawl Space and Insulation, protecting your home from the ground up.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
September 10th isn't just a sale, it's an experience. Join us as Liquor Vault celebrates its first anniversary with the biggest savings event of the year. Experience rare bourbon drops, surprising barrel releases, and complimentary tastings all day. For the wine enthusiasts, you can check out Jason Drotar's Wine Passport Experience. Cigars, they've got them too. Enjoy hourly giveaways, exclusive one-day-only anniversary pricing, and surprises throughout the day. Find a Vault Golden Ticket and receive exclusive access to Liquor Vault's highly anticipated end-of-year rare bourbon allocation. People will be talking about this event for months. The only question is, will you be there? The Vault Experience, September 10th, only at Liquor Vault's anniversary party. Located at 20.
Tennessee baseball star Blaine Brown, who's projected to be a first-round draft pick in next year's Major League Baseball draft by a lot of the early mock drafts that you see. Again, that draft, even more so than football, even more so than basketball, is about potential over collegiate production. So Blaine Brown looked at as a potential star in college baseball. And I think we mentioned this last week on the show, Bob, just in passing, but he left a game in the Cape Cod League that he was pitching in with a trainer.
Yeah.
And at the time, I think we made note of it, like, hope that's nothing bad. Well, fast forward, it was something bad. Basically, he has the brace procedure, internal brace, not Tommy John, but similar. So there's ligament damage in his pitching arm. You remember he pitched a lot for Tennessee this past year. Well, not a lot, but opened a couple of games for Tennessee. So long and short of it is he will not be able to pitch at all next season for the Vols. But perhaps the bigger loss here, Bob, is he's going to miss fall camp entirely. He's not going to be able to hit. And so they think that he'll be able to hit next year. He will be able to DH.
Yeah.
But the obvious problem there is, he did not cover himself in glory. Like there's a big drop off once we got to the conference portion of play. Had a great start to the season, but struggled against SEC pitching. Now he's going to miss all those fall ball at bats. He's probably not going to be cleared to swing the bat until right before the season. And we've got a logjam of really good hitters trying to make Tennessee's best nine for Josh Helander. I kind of see it hard for Blaine Brown to get on the field next year for Tennessee.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. We had this conversation last week too. And what if by some chance Reese Chapman ends up back in the picture too?
If he comes back, he's your right fielder.
Yeah.
Andrew Duncan is almost assuredly your center fielder. He's the only guy with center field experience on the roster.
Right.
And then in left field, I mean, if Brown was healthy, I think he would have a great chance at retaining that spot. But you're also looking for spots for both Grinlinger and Clark. Stone Lawless is back as well. You've got the Braden Kersey kid transferring in from Mercer, where he was a two-way player. Tyler Myatt, who was first team All Cape Cod League, like he tore that league up this summer. And where is Blake Grimmer going to play? So all of these questions, again, I find it hard to see Brown muscling his way into that lineup. I almost wonder if it'd be better for him to just kind of take a year off or something like that. But unfortunate break for him.
No doubt. That whole concept, and we've been talking about it. We've been talking about it for guys who are in the majors that specifically focus on the pitching, right? I mean, these two-way guys, and not that Brown ever got that much run as a pitcher with the Vols, but the fact that he was working on it in Cape Cod and everything else, it's like, man, focus on one thing and be great at it.
Yeah, I mean, for him, he routinely touched, I think, 96 miles per hour with his fastball from the left-hand side, and we saw his power at times with the bat. I don't know what I would focus on if I were him.
Well, to elevate it to the major league level, and I mean, this guy's like perhaps the greatest ever, but they've talked about the fact that Shohei Ohtani, the fact that he was pitching this year, doing both, starting as a pitcher and then also batting. And he's, by his standards, he's having an off year. It's kind of like
hard to do.
Kind of like Scotty Scheffler having an off year, but they've said that they think it's compounded by the fact that he's carrying the load of being a pitcher as well. So I just think it's hard, man.
It's what makes what Shohei does so great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
playing pitching and hitting is playing two sports at once. Like it's that hard. Well, on these guys. And frankly, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I was a little upset that he was still pitching over at the Cape Cod League when it was clear that Elander didn't plan to pitch him last year at all, and I didn't think that was going to change going into next year.
Well, that tells me, though, Walker, is that the people, like the scouts that he talks to and the people who are talking about his professional future are unclear on what his best path is to the big leagues. Because, I mean, we talked about, how skinny he is and how much room he has to grow. Like, if he's already touching 96, like you could see a path as he continues to fill out his frame to getting up higher than that. Now you're talking about big league pitcher potential. And if he's struggling to hit at the college level, like I just don't think it's a slam dunk that he is hitter/outfielder at the next level. I think he could be a pitcher too. I agree with you guys. Like, I don't think he's both. I think eventually he has to choose, but I think for him, it's not as obvious again, we're looking at this through orange flavored glasses.
Yeah.
And so we're just like, what helps Tennessee the most? Whereas I think these kids are, they want to do well for Tennessee and for college, but they're thinking about big league baseball. Yeah, like what's my best path to get to the major leagues? So,
which in turn is why they all go up to the Cape Cod League and play, because how many scouts that are up there. I don't know. It's tough to see that, because in terms of Shohei, like, you see that the only way it works to be a two-way player in the major leagues is to be one of the best at both. Because I think these managers would rather have a guy that's really, really good at one side than someone who's average at both sides.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be a year-long setback for him as a pitcher. So maybe that kind of pushes him in towards concentrating on becoming an outfielder and a hitter. We'll see. The other big news injury-wise, this is orange-flavored, but not Tennessee orange-flavored. Texas left tackle Trevor Gooseby, who is considered the top offensive tackle in the 2027 NFL draft and a first-team All-American in all these magazines and everything you're seeing. He left practice yesterday with a knee injury, and they were, fearing the worst. Evidently, he has the MRI this morning, reveals it is just a bone bruise, which I'm sure is not great, but when your big 5-star All-American left tackle goes down, I mean, can you imagine like what we would be? We've been freaking out the last 24 hours, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's no doubt.
And so I'm sure that's what Texas has been going through. So there's probably a big sigh of relief. It's like bone bruise. Okay. Like we can deal with that, even if he's out for 4 weeks or something like that. Like that's better than the alternative.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, this guy, he's projected as a high first round draft pick too. I mean, this is a big loss. This team's loaded with talent. We've talked about that, but that's a tough one.
What is the date they come here? Is that a September game?
26th.
September 20. My advice.
I think
to Mr. Gooseby: go ahead and take 5 weeks off. You might come back in October. You've got a professional future, much like Blaine Brown, to worry about here. No need to rush back to play for Texas. Playing on the road in Neyland Stadium is overrated, by the way.
It's going to be super hot. Like it's noon, middle of September. No, you don't want to be out on the field.
Just shoot for coming back the next week.
Exactly.
After that.
Yeah.
But Bob, you were telling me Texas is so loaded that they have another guy who's pretty highly touted listed as his backup.
Yeah, I think I heard this on the radio today earlier, maybe on Tony's show, that they've got a guy who transferred in from Wake Forest, who was a multi-year starter there. That's not Gooseby, but my point is that's somebody that's taken live ammo, so to speak, and played a lot. And they're just loaded, man. I'm still not sold they're going to like win the Natty or anything, but they've got a ton of talent. This is a great example of that. He's not Gooseby, but
they're not rolling out chopped liver in his replacement.
Yes. And they also have all the other guys. My God, all the other skill position guys. Ryan Wingo, Cam Coleman.
They don't have holes in their roster.
Hollywood Smothers. I mean, it goes on, man. They're loaded.
And I can't wait. I wonder, do you know when the blue chip ratio is going to come out that CBS always does?
That's a good question. It should be any moment now.
It should be any moment because I bet they're going to be the top of that list. Either them or Oregon with just the most talented rosters in the sport.
And that's basically just what percentage of your total scholarship players were 4- or 5-star players in high school, right? Coming out.
Yeah, I forget what the exact formula is, but a lot of it is based off recruiting rankings and talent composite and all that stuff.
Kyle Beach says, depends on how bad the bone bruise is. He could be out for at least 6 to 9 weeks. So, Kyle stepping in on Bears territory right there. The YouTube chat room doctors are great, too. I appreciate them listening. And, yeah, I mean, 6 to 9 weeks, that sounds about right to Dr. Russ. Go ahead and take some time off, Trevor. It's really about you at the end of the day.
That's right.
No need to rush back and risk your immense earning potential as a future pro just to play in a game at Neyland Stadium. Like Walker said, it's going to be hot.
2025 blue chip ratio came out in July last year.
Huh.
Then I wonder if Indiana winning it kind of threw a monkey wrench into that.
That is true. Well, they are the anomaly. I mean, historically in that sport, you don't win without top tier talent. But yeah, they did throw a monkey wrench into that whole equation. 865-966-3435. Your phone number if you want to get on the show this afternoon, 966-3435. We have a lot of response in the chat room about the sponsorship patches. Juan and only Juan says, holler at Dolly and put Dollywood up there. Instead of a butterfly, you can use the Smoky Mountains for the background.
I think that's an interesting one, honestly. Dollywood's got the money, too.
Do they? Like the $10 million a year money to spend on it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I could think of a couple of other things they could put on the patch instead of for Dollywood.
I mean, the naming rights that they okay, take it easy. The naming rights they did for what was formerly East Tennessee Children's Hospital was probably well into the millions. I don't know if it was double-digit millions, but it was a lot of money. So maybe they wouldn't have the money if given that they went through that rebrand.
Spongevall 93 says, can we get French's as a jersey patch just for the LSU game or Titleist?
Be awesome.
I think there's a lot of potential there.
There is a lot of potential. All French's has got to do is just pick up the phone and call him.
Simple.
I'm sure Danny would have the conversation if the money is right. I know French's isn't strapped for cash.
Chicken Chow Fun 16 says, Chase is a local company for Ohio State. I work for Chase and live in Columbus. There are 16,000 Chase employees in Columbus. Well, I mean, so that for them is kind of like Pilot is for us or Axel for us. Obviously, Chase Bank is a bigger company, and I'm sure they have their reasons for being in Ohio.
I thought Chase was based out of California.
No, they might. I mean, I would think that if they have that many employees in Ohio,
I guess
that's got to be national headquarters.
Because I just think of the Warriors owner, who is, I'm pretty sure, is really involved with Chase. Because I know they named their arena after him and whatnot that they own. So
yeah,
I'm curious.
They've got their tentacles spread far and wide. Coming up, I'm excited. We're going to bring back the law offices of Jerry Givens as a sponsor for the docket. People,
the docket.
Asking about the docket. Where has the docket been? Well, we've got a lot of legal sports news to get to. As a matter of fact, we might be able to do an impromptu edition.
We can do it today.
We can do it right now if you want.
Do I even have it?
We'll take a quick time out here and come back because mercy, we got a lot going on in the world of sports legal news to get to. Ryan Shumpert in hour number 2. We got What You Talk About, looking for our final alternate player in hour number 3, just scratching the surface of a very busy Tuesday afternoon. It is The Drive on Fan Run Radio. Stay with us.
The Drive.
Miss any of your favorite Fan Run show? Listen to the podcast on our free Fan Run Radio app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends, everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Is your car ready for the road ahead? At Matlock Tire and Auto Service, they've got everything you need to keep you and your family safe on the road. Whether you need new tires, a quick oil change, or expert repairs, Matlock is your one-stop shop that keeps you moving safely. Matlock's certified technicians offer top-notch service for brakes, alignments, batteries, and more. Plus, they carry all the top tire brands, and they're the home of the world-famous price match guarantee. Bring in any competitor's ad, and they'll match the exact same tire for the exact same price. That's how Matlock Tire goes the extra mile for you. Convenient, reliable, affordable. Matlock Tire and Auto Service. Visit any of their 5 area locations in East Tennessee, in Farragut, Lenoir City, Maryville, Athens, and Hardin Valley. Find the location nearest you and schedule your appointment online today at matlocktireservice.com.
Golf Envy Farragut is the premier indoor golf experience you've been looking for. And right now they are offering a limited number of founding memberships. Golfers can reserve their spot for just $150 before their September grand opening. Founding members receive 90 days of unlimited guest passes as well as an exclusive risk-free first month. That's right. Try out Golf Envy with no obligation. Give it 30 days, and if it's not the right fit for what you're looking for, your first month's dues will be refunded. Members will get access to their Golf Zone 2 Vision NX simulator technology, the most realistic simulator on the market, where they can play more than 300 courses and compete in leagues and tournaments with players all across the country. Golf, rain or shine, 24/7, 365. To learn more and become a founding member, visit their website at farragut.golfenvy.com/presale.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Okay, so we really need uniforms and equipment for this season. Can I trust you with that? Cool, I'll just order them online. What? Yeah, I'm going to hop online and I'm going to get them ordered. Hold up, that's not a good idea. We shouldn't just spend money on some random online retailer, okay? I mean, it seems pretty convenient. Trust me, it's a terrible idea. Let me simplify this for you. SM Athletics. Okay, how do you pronounce it? SM Athletics? They're the go-to for uniforms and equipment, whether it's for universities, high schools, youth leagues, you name it. So why wouldn't you rather go with professionals who can guide us through the process, design the perfect uniforms, and deliver the best equipment? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. What's the name again? SM Athletics. Right. It's definitely smarter to go with a company that emphasizes customer service, fair pricing, and, of course, excellent products. Exactly. So, yeah, I guess it's settled then. For uniforms and equipment for all sports, it's SM Athletics.
Is your crawl space damp, musty, or showing signs of mold? Call S&D Crawl Space and Insulation. From crawl space encapsulation and mold remediation to waterproofing, insulation, and dehumidifiers, S&D helps protect your home from moisture and poor air quality. Serving Knoxville and surrounding areas, call 865-602-0590. That's 865-602-0590. S&D Crawl Space and Insulation, protecting your home from the ground up.
1340 AM, online at fanrunradio.com, and on your free Fan Run app. A variety of ways for you to experience the program this afternoon. My name is Russell Smith. Got Bob Baskerville in studio with me. Walker Smith, no relation, through the looking glass today here in the White Claw Hard Seltzer Studios. And, well, a couple of things have come across my desk here this afternoon, and it just seems like a very good opportunity to revive one of our favorite segments on the program. We call this The Docket. It's brought to you by the law offices of Jerry R. Gibbons. You remember this music, Walker?
Never watched the show.
What was the show, Bob?
People's Court.
People's Court. Judge Wapner?
Yep.
Oh, Judge Wapner. Got to see Wapner. You ever seen Rain Man, Walker?
I've not. It's on the list.
Put that one on the list for sure. We start with Alabama high school coaching shenanigans. Jerry Fulks is no longer a member of the high school football coaching staff at Guntersville in Alabama. He stepped down from his role as associate head coach and defensive coordinator yesterday after he was arrested for showing up drunk at a high school scrimmage to scout Guntersville's first opponent.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Guntersville High School is in northeastern Alabama. It's about 40, a few miles south of Huntsville, halfway between Birmingham and Chattanooga. And this old boy, old Jerry, shows up at Arab, Alabama High School. Arab, Alabama?
I'd have to get
it's spelled Arab.
Phonetic pronunciation.
I'm sure Jeremy Pruitt knows all about Arab, Alabama.
Oh, I'm sure.
He showed up during a Jamboree football game last Friday, August the 14th. He is the associate head coach and defensive coordinator at Guntersville. As the story goes, he was in attendance to scout Arab High School's scrimmage against nearby Geraldine. I swear, I'm not making up the names of the Alabama high schools. So far, we've got Guntersville, Arab, and Geraldine of the three schools that we've got here. Guntersville will play Arab in its first game of the regular season. So this guy shows up, scouting the opponent's scrimmage. First of all, I don't know if that's legal or not.
You said it's a Jamboree?
It said it was a Jamboree, a scrimmage, yeah.
So it's hard to limit scouting at a Jamboree that fans are at. I think that's fair game.
I would agree on that. But if that was as far as it went, he'd probably be all right. But no, old Jerry decided to show up smashed. Per the police report, he was identified as a member of the media. He said he's with the media. To police officers in an attempt to gain access to the sideline. Officers suspected he was intoxicated and escorted him out of the stadium. Upon further investigation, it was determined that Fulks was indeed drunk. He was arrested for public intoxication and transported to Marshall County Jail. He agreed to resign from his role at Guntersville High School yesterday after he was released on bond Saturday morning.
I mean, there's just you can't show up drunk to scout.
I was going to say so many repercussions.
I mean, like if he doesn't show up drunk to scout the other team at the Jamboree, does he keep his job?
I guess so. I'm just so disappointed that Bear isn't here to tell us about the time he got kicked out of the Maryville Catholic game at Maryville.
I don't know if I've heard that story or not.
He said he was on the field because he knows some of the Catholic people, so he's on the field, which he probably shouldn't have been.
Probably not.
And the story goes he had a dip in, which the Maryville people frowned upon.
I can imagine.
Because they've got one of those nice fancy field turf things.
Was he like spitting onto the turf?
I don't think so. I mean, he's crazy. I don't think he's that crazy.
You sure?
No.
I can see him doing a tip like he has Big League Chew instead of tobacco.
Well, that's what he said when he told the story on air, was that they asked him if he had a dip in, and he said no. When he clearly did.
I need a picture.
And so they asked him to leave.
Awesome. God. On the field.
Kicked out of the game. Before, I mean, is that the most Bear story ever? Kicked out of the game before it even begins.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Meanwhile, Penn State fraternity pledges
Oh, I saw this.
were made to cut and package cocaine for a drug ring that was run out of 2 off-campus frat houses, according to authorities.
This is crazy.
There's some nasty work going on right now.
The illicit initiation was revealed Monday as Pennsylvania Attorney General Dave Sunday charged 14 people, including 13 current or former Penn State students, in connection with the alleged drug ring. The man accused of leading the operation, 24-year-old Agostino Abatiello, surrendered on Tuesday after failing to appear for a scheduled arraignment on Monday on charges including possession with intent to deliver and conspiracy. He was ordered jailed without bail. According to court documents, the drug ring operated in 2023 and 2024, fueled by bulk quantities of cocaine that the 2 of the men obtained from contacts in Philadelphia and New York.
Wow.
They cut and bagged the drugs mainly at the Sigma Chi and Delta Upsilon fraternity houses, using frat brothers and pledges as labor, then distributed it through Penn State students, according to court documents.
It's a
Where was this done? Sigma Chi?
Not Sigma Chi.
Sigma Chi.
I'm sorry.
Noted degenerate fraternity. Sigma
Really?
Chi. Yes.
Yeah.
So Sigma Chi is a fraternity that got kicked off Tennessee's campus like a decade
They're
ago.
degenerated across the country?
Yeah. Very bad.
The whole Greek thing is just foreign to me.
You didn't
literally.
do Greek life?
No,
I didn't either. I've
never
heard
understood it.
stories. I had a buddy of mine from Penn State, went there his freshman year, transferred to Arizona State where I met him. He had some horror stories about what they do.
Well, yeah, I thought the worst thing I ever heard about getting, pledging for a fraternity was like they force you to butt chug some wine, boxed wine, or, maybe you get a pool cue rammed up your. But now all of a sudden they've got these guys bagging hard street drugs.
Mules.
18-year-old kids. Like, yeah. Is this like in the movies where you have to bag? You have to be nude to bag because they don't want you stealing anything?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. My fraternity never operated like this. That's
You were in a fraternity?
Yeah.
Which one?
Phi Delta. Phi Delta Theta. I was at a commuter college, man. It's like if you didn't do something like that, there was nothing to do.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, Bob.
Yeah.
Dean Wormer never read you that story?
Yeah.
That's good.
All right. And actually, I might be saving the best for last here. A Florida neighborhood dispute over dog poop allegedly spiraled into a bizarre confrontation involving throwing feces, a physical fight, and a child's metal scooter. 35-year-old Trey Declet was arrested by Lake County Sheriff's deputies on August 8th after an altercation with his neighbor in Leesburg, Florida. The dispute reportedly began after repeated complaints about dog feces being left around the properties without being cleaned up. Y'all know how this goes.
It's bad.
See a dog dump in your yard. Oh, man, nothing gets me madder. So police say DeColt entered his neighbor's home carrying dog feces and threw it at him.
Jesus.
The 2 men then proceeded to fight outside. DeColt also used of raising a child's scooter and in a threatening manner. During the confrontation, DeColt disputes parts of the account and says the neighbor shoved him first.
I kind of like this.
I mean,
I don't hate neighborhood disputes being solved by fighting.
Okay, well,
I'm just saying.
I just say you let your dog poop in my yard repeatedly, and I tell you about it. You might get a turd thrown at you.
I mean, why not?
You better fix the problem. Control your animal.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
bring
gonna
a
say.
bag. Just bring a
bag. How
bring a
hard is that?
grocery bag.
It's another reason I don't have a dog anymore. It's just having to
Pick
clean
up
up
poop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm good.
You can't.
I'm
if you have a
good.
dog, you can't have carpet in your house. That's how it is.
I got a lot of carpet. I can tell you, Walker. That is the docket, brought to you by the law offices of Jerry R. Gibbons. Thanks to Jerry for coming back, putting his name on the show. We appreciate all the work he does. Remind you, if you find yourself in a legal pickle, perhaps you're going through bankruptcy, divorce, personal injury, perhaps you've been charged with DUI, my friend Jerry Givens is here in East Tennessee to help you through whatever you're dealing with. Give him a call today to set up your free legal consultation. Doesn't cost a dime. His number is 865-801-9250. That's 801-9250 for the law offices of Jerry R. Givens. And as always, you can visit him online at jrglawtn.com. That's jrglawtn.com. The law offices of Jerry R. Givens, legal expertise you can rely on.
So caller Phil, he clarifies. He says he was with Bear when he got kicked out of Maryville Stadium.
Of course he was.
The cop let him back in, and then he said Alcoa coaches who were scouting on the Catholic side of the field. So I'm not sure what that meant, but got a witness. Phil was there. Watching Bear get removed, and then somehow he got back in.
I've heard variations of this story from a couple different people, but my favorite part is when the cop asks him if he's chewing smokeless tobacco, and Bear, with a what he described as a, quote, goat choker in his lip, looked the cop in the eye and said, no.
Oh my God.
Coming up, hour number 2 of the drive begins with the top 4 at 4, a quick look around the world of sports and today's news. Walker will have that for us. And then Ryan Shumpert of Rocky Top Insider joins us to talk all things Tennessee football. Faison Brandon, maybe one more good scrimmage away from laying claim to Tennessee's starting quarterback job for the 2026 season. We'll talk to Shump about that. Stay with us. Hour number 2 of the drive coming up right here on Fan Run Radio.
The Drive. Every fan has an opinion, and at Fan Run Radio, yours actually matters. Call in, text us, or comment on our YouTube feed and be a part of the conversation every single day. Whether it's football, basketball, baseball, or recruiting season, we're talking all things Big Orange all year long. Your team, your town, your voice. Fan Run Radio, the flagship station for Tennessee fans.
Barley's has live music on weekends, general team trivia on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., and now live sports trivia courtesy of the Knoxville Trivia Guys every Thursday night upstairs. The game starts at 7 p.m. and is free to play for everyone, so head on down to the Old City and show off your sports knowledge and win gift cards to Barley's. Use those gift cards to buy some delicious food and drinks, and you can take it all in with their wide selection of TVs and indoor projectors. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
In a world filled with deadlines and screens, sometimes we forget the simple joys of life, days filled with special moments. At Inward Half, we understand the essence of these moments. Feel the difference between our breathable fabrics and flexible apparel as you disconnect from the hustle and bustle and reconnect with what truly matters. Inward Half, simple luxury for on and off the course.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
For 250 years, America has been more than a place. It's been a promise, a story of courage, hope, and dreams. And through it all, local TV and radio broadcasters have been there, telling the story of America, bringing truth to light. From every city street to every country road. And each generation, broadcasters tell the story of who we are and who we aspire to be. We are America's storytellers. We are broadcasters.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
It's time for the Drive's Top 4 at 4.
Hour number 2 of the Drive underway. It's Fan Run Radio. The Top 4 at 4 is brought to you by ECR Total Landscapes. Walker Smith, enlighten us.
At number 1, USA Today's and friend of the show, Blake Topmeyer, released its rankings for all the SEC quarterbacks entering the 2026 season. He has both Faison Brandon and George McIntyre together ranked as the 12th best quarterback in the conference, ahead of Kenny Minchey at Kentucky and behind Kamario Taylor at Mississippi State. He has Trinidad Chambliss as the best QB in the conference, followed by Gunnar Stockton and Arch Manning.
I'm not mad about it. I mean, I get it. Like, you haven't seen either of these guys play meaningful snaps. It's hard to have an opinion either way, good or bad, on them. So I would probably have them, Kamario Taylor and Kenny Minchey have played. I think Faison Brandon, if he is indeed the starter, Bob, can be better than those players. I think he can be pretty high up the list. But I don't blame anybody, local or national, otherwise, for not having our quarterback situation ranked highly in the conference.
Well, it's very similar to last year. I mean, weren't there a lot of rankings that had Joey Aguilar outside the top 10 heading into last year?
Absolutely.
And then he ends up leading the conference in passing yards. So it's not similar because these guys are freshmen and he was a 7th, 10th year senior when he got here, but it's similar in the fact that they started the year ranked low.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was a narrative surrounding Aguilar too, right? He was at UCLA and was deemed not good enough to keep his slot there, once Nico came. So that probably added to some of the bias against him. I think we're honest to God, I think preseason last year versus preseason this year, I agree. I don't think it's much different. I think arguably we could be in a better spot just because it's quarterbacks that Heupel handpicked. We kind of took Joey out of in kind of a break glass in emergency mode.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And we don't know. I mean, Faison's been studying our playbook for, I'd guess, the better part of a year now. I mean, I'm sure that Heupel, they were starting to get him prepared immediately, even during his last high school season when he was done, starting to get him done. George McIntyre obviously been in the system for almost 2 years now, so they're a little more prepared than Joey was, but Joey had the experience.
Yes.
At number 2, Tennessee baseball's Blaine Brown underwent left elbow surgery on Monday after sustaining the injury while pitching this summer in the Cape Cod League. Brown's surgery was an internal brace procedure that takes pitchers anywhere from 6 to 10 months to recover from, though Brown is not expected to miss that much time. The rising junior will miss the entirety of fall practice, but Tennessee expects Brown's bat to be back by the start of the 2027 season.
I mean, he would only be allowed to DH, right? Because you can't throw from the outfield with the brace.
If you want a comp to this, Bryce Harper had a similar injury back in his first couple of years with the Phillies when he originally played right field. I think he ended up having to get an elbow surgery similar to Tommy John, and he comes back fairly soon and DHs for a while and ends up moving to first base because you don't have to throw the ball as hard from first base, and he ends up staying there for years.
Right?
Otani
Last
as well.
year couldn't pitch, but he DH'd as he was recovering. Did he have Tommy John or brace surgery? He might have had Tommy John.
Yeah, I think so.
But he DH'd last year while he was not hitting. Or was not pitching, excuse me. I think you got to have him, just take it slow. He's not going to pitch next year, obviously, but if he can come back and be ready to swing a bat for you before the season begins, I think that's probably the best case scenario at this point.
Yeah.
Yes. And who knows? I mean, this internal brace procedure, saw it with A.J. Russell a few years ago, didn't quite work out for him. You've had a front row seat to the Spencer Strider experiment with it. It hasn't worked out for him, but we haven't really seen a batter have to get this internal brace procedure and go out and hit. So we'll see. At number 3, 4-star point guard Antonio Pemberton is officially visiting Tennessee basketball this weekend. Pemberton ranks as a 4-star recruit and the number 38 player in the country according to 247 composite rankings. He also ranks as the number 8 point guard in the 2027 recruiting class.
Rick Barnes.
Feels like they're cooking, man.
Never stops working, Rick Barnes. Even when he's wearing a Hawaiian shirt.
You always want one of these freshman point guards as kind of a backup / understudy to the highly touted guy you're inevitably going to get out of the portal every year. I mean, that's kind of what it feels like, we're in now.
Yeah.
You're never going to go into a season as long as Barnes is the coach here with an unproven player that you're depending on at point guard.
Mm-hmm. For sure. And at number 4, as the NFL continues to expand its international footprint, Commissioner Roger Goodell says it is inevitable that the league will eventually have a team permanently based outside of the United States. Quote, at some point, there will be NFL teams outside the USA, Goodell said. I have no doubt that this will happen one day.
Yeah, you got to love the National Football League, emphasis on national, having teams in Mexico City and London. That's good. That's healthy. That's what we need, man. As a Titans fan, I've always wanted to have a nice rivalry with London. I've always hated that city.
No, I agree. I don't get this. This is all about
greed.
Yep, driving revenue and the same old that we're hearing in just about anything we talk about in sports these days. I think you'll be hard-pressed to find people in the U.S. that have any sort of interest in adding teams outside the country.
Nobody wants this.
Yeah.
This is expanding the NCAA tournament. This is a perfect example of a product not listening to its consumers.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't hate it.
Of course you don't,
I don't hate it.
Of course you don't.
I don't.
I'll tell you who's going to hate it is like whoever the players are that end up in – first of all, American players growing up, and now all of a sudden you're drafted by the London whatevers. You got to move to a new country. And then you always hear the stories about the players hate playing in those games, whether it's London or Germany, wherever, because of the flight, the jet lag. And now you're going to be asking people to uproot entire families and move overseas. So stupid.
I'm sure they'd be compensated handsomely for that. But I was more thinking, in terms of international team, my mind doesn't go to London, it goes to Mexico City. Mexico City is where the first one would be if I had to guess, because they've had a lot of games there. From what I can tell, it's a very, very big football fans down there. Like, they have a football league of their own. They've had games down there, and that wouldn't hurt time-wise at all. It's not
with all the drug violence that you hear about down there, we're going to send American millionaires. Can you imagine like the security that you would have to? I'm not kidding. Like I would be terrified if imagine Arch Manning. Like you're drafted by Mexico City. That would not be safe. No.
I think they'd be able to work it out.
Walker's all in
not all in. I'm open
You're
to
all
the
in.
idea. I'm not saying
You're a
we need to
Mexico City enthusiast.
I'm not saying we need to put a team in Australia or something like that.
Why not?
But I think, like, if we're going to expand, Mexico City is a really, really interesting spot. And
You
also
could-
maybe Toronto, something
You
like
could
that.
talk to me about Toronto, Montreal, Vancouver. I mean, we've seen that in other spots. I don't even like that. But when you start talking about traveling overseas, which, I mean, I think London and Germany are the ones they have their eyes on.
Yeah, and I was saying that earlier. London, I'm not a fan of it, by the way, but a flight from the East Coast to London is about the same as a flight from the East Coast to the West Coast. I mean, and that happens regularly in the NFL. So that's probably going to be the rationale.
Top 4 at 4 brought to you by ECR Total Landscapes. You can check them out online at ecrtotallandscapes.com. You got any branches down in your yard after the big storm yesterday? Perhaps a tree? ecrtotallandscapes.com. Tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. They will clean that up. They'll get the stumps grinded, get it looking nice, and they will do it quickly. They'll do it well. They'll do it for a reasonable price. ecrtotallandscapes.com. Tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. Bud in Savannah is on the line. Good afternoon, Bud. You're on the drive. Fan Run Radio.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
How are you, sir?
Instead of going to London, I'm fine. Instead of going to London or Mexico City, wouldn't it be cheaper for us to get rid of California and New York and play games there, just give a team to Oakland? How's that sound? I think that'd be probably cheaper.
I was going to say, it used to be the worst thing that could happen to a college football star was you have to go to Cleveland. Now, so they're going to ask you to go to Mexico City?
And we want to give some condolences because we'll be mentioning this man's name forever for the prayers for the family. Tommy John passed away yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that. It's, man.
We'll be good. And he said he has the record for the most wins for somebody not to be in the Hall of Fame.
Really?
288. 288 wins and he ain't in the Hall of Fame. That's a shame.
Yeah, it feels like getting to 300 is such a big number for major league pitchers.
Well, what he's done helping other pitchers make it to 300, doing the Tommy John surgery and just being 12 away, I think that ought to be a given. And he was a good pitcher in his day. But what I call to give you a funny about, we played last year. We played a homeschool, our high school in Savannah, played a homeschool bunch out of on the South Haven, Mississippi, Memphis line. It was in Tennessee. And they let a woman pick out their route to get here to Savannah. Well, anybody's ever been here know you just get on from South Haven, Mississippi, you get on Highway 72, the 4-lane highway, and it brings you almost all the way here. It's as good as interstate. Well, she pushed interstate to come to Savannah. You ever seen any interstates around Savannah?
Be honest, but I've never been to Savannah.
Well, on the Mississippi-Alabama line, we're 60 miles closest to the interstate is at Jackson, or at about 80 at Parker's Crossroad. Well, the woman pushed for them the route for them to go there in South Memphis. They went all the way to Memphis, Jackson, to Lexington, and then come back down. They left at 12:30, and they got here. The game started at 6, but they didn't even get here to 6:30. We found out that the woman had pushed to go by interstate to get here. And there ain't no interstate around us at all. And I told her, I said, well, if y'all would have come to interstate, the best way would have y'all went to Gallatin and come down 840. That's a brand new interstate there. Of course, it took you 2 days to get here. But they had about a 6-hour bus ride on a yellow dog before they got here.
On a what?
We wore them out playing.
All right.
I hope that's humorous.
Thank you, Bud. Appreciate the phone call. Bud giving us the interstate history there of Savannah, Tennessee. You ever been to Savannah, Bob?
Not Savannah, Tennessee. No.
I feel like we ought to go down there and make a appearance sometime. We got a lot of listeners now all of a sudden. Bud in Savannah, and of course Justin Hanna, like his family runs like a soul food restaurant or something down there. That I mean, every time I see the pictures, like the food looks great. How long a drive is that?
That's what I was about to say. How far is Savannah?
I wonder if we could make this a day trip. No offense to our listeners down there. I'm not exactly chomping at the bit to spend a night with Justin Hanna and Bud. 4.5 hours. That's a long trip, man.
Yeah.
If we're going to take a long...
Almost as long as that story we just heard. But,
wow.
You're taking a shot at Bud.
No, Bud. I love Bud.
Unbelievable.
Story time with Bud.
Joe is in Memphis. Good afternoon, Joe. You're on the drive, Fan Run Radio.
How does Basilio's
Thank you,
butt
Joe.
taste,
We
Russ?
appreciate that. 865-966-3435, your phone number if you want to get on the program this afternoon. Jason Burgess on the YouTube chat, who is one of my first radio mentors, also from Savannah. The sprawling metropolis.
How big is Savannah?
I didn't think it was big,
I
but
don't think it's big. I've never been. Haven't even really thought about it until I've now started to talk to people from there.
Mark Ingram out today as the athletics director at UAB, former Tennessee football player and higher up in Tennessee's athletics department, agreeing to part ways with UAB after being down there for the past 11 years. He was a guy that was once thought of as a potential athletics director at Tennessee. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
We'll take a quick timeout. When we continue, Ryan Shumpert of Rocky Top Insider set to join the festivities. We'll talk to him about Faison Brandon, perhaps close to cementing his claim as the starting quarterback, QB1 for Tennessee football. Stay with us. We're back with more right after this.
The Drive, the flagship station for Tennessee fans. This is Fan Run Radio.
One homestand remaining to see your Knoxville Smokies in action. That's it. The first week of September, your Smokies are home against the Chattanooga Lookouts, and we're closing out the season with amazing promotions every night. Taco Tuesday and All-You-Can-Eat Wednesday, less than $20 for tons of food and game tickets. Nice. Our final Thirsty Thursday, final fireworks show, and we end the season with our fan appreciation game. Get your tickets now at SmokiesBaseball.com.
Knoxville Smokies.
Is your crawl space damp, musty, or showing signs of mold? Call S&D Crawl Space and Insulation. From crawl space encapsulation and mold remediation to waterproofing, insulation, and dehumidifiers, S&D helps protect your home from moisture and poor air quality. Serving Knoxville and surrounding areas, call 865-602-0590. That's 865-602-0590. S&D Crawl Space and Insulation, protecting your home from the ground up.
Citizens National Bank.
Kick off this football season with a CNB Plus Perks checking account. Move downfield with free online and mobile banking. And cross the goal line with extended evening hours and Saturday banking. Banking at CNB has its perks. Find out more at cnbtn.com.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game, Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay cool and comfortable through every swing and every day. We're not just a brand. We've set out to create
sports team or business, need some shirts, jerseys, any sort of embroidery needs, screen print needs, they can handle it for you at SM Athletics. Give them a call at 865-966-3434. Tell them Fan Run sent you. You can visit them online at smathletics.com. Russell, Bob, and Walker, pleased to be joined by Ryan Shumpert of Rocky Top Insider this afternoon on the program. Hello, Shump. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Oh, man, we're making it, less than 3 weeks from kickoff. Can't get here soon enough. I know you guys are ready for it. How about this quarterback competition that we've been talking about literally since the day the season ended last year? And some of us who have 3 hours to fill have been talking about it since before then. But it feels like we might be getting close to the end of it here, light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. Shump, what do you think? What does Faison Brandon have to do the rest of the week, the rest of camp, to go ahead and nail down the starting quarterback job? Because it sounds like he's inched ahead a little bit here.
Yeah, I mean, I think in the most simplistic terms, like, be slightly worse or just as good or better than George McIntyre the rest of the way. Like, I think that's probably, if you want to talk about what does he need to do to have this thing done by Sunday night, which I think is when Tennessee announced Joey Aguilar a year ago, just under 13 days before kickoff, that would be, I think it's probably, again, be the best quarterback on Saturday in Tennessee's second scrimmage. I think even if that's minimal, and I don't, it didn't sound like George by any means played poorly last Saturday, but Faison goes out there, protects the football, makes a couple plays, looks in command and comfortable operating the offense. Like, I think there's a good chance that Tennessee will have their decision and, be rolling into things in mock game week with a starting quarterback in hand.
Ryan, appreciate you joining us. Moving over to the defensive side of the ball, we obviously, Tennessee, I should say, received some pretty jarring and devastating news with the loss of Idris Farouk for the entire season. And it feels like, we talk a lot about the quarterback situation, but it feels like, Jim Knowles and the defensive side of the ball, they've taken the biggest body blows right now in terms of injuries, et cetera. I saw you were at a presser with Coach Poindexter today. What's the vibe in terms of what, how do you pick up the pieces, namely with the secondary on the defensive side?
Yeah, I think it was, he was interesting to talk to, and I think he had a good blend of honesty where he said, we hadn't named starters, but Farouk was going to be a starter, and he kind of separated himself as I don't think he maybe said it explicitly, but implied that, he'd been their best safety. So it's no doubt a blow for Tennessee. And, he said, Poindexter said, we still have good guys in that room. We still feel confident we can go out there and play at a winning level. And I think that is true because I think TJ Metcalf's a good player. I think John Lane is a good player. And those guys are more than capable of starting in the SEC and playing well. I think the issue just becomes past those guys. Well, what do you have? Whether it be Dylan Lewis or Simi Walton or one of the other transfers that Tennessee landed with, less acclaim in the portal this offseason. And that's where it just becomes a bigger question mark. Who's going to be playing those 10 to 15 to 25 snaps a game is backup safeties. We know at times Tennessee hasn't rotated a ton there, so I don't think it'll be just the end of the world if Tennessee can't find like a fourth safety that they trust if everybody stays healthy from here. But that's the big point. It's still a lot of football, still 12 games to be played, and one more scrimmage, and I'm sure we'll have some level of physicality on Saturday to get through. And it does feel like if someone else were to go down, Tennessee, things would get a little bit dicey in a hurry for the Vols at the safety spot.
Keeping it with that topic, one of the names that we didn't just mention there, but I've heard some things on the backside, and then also it sounds like you heard it today from Poindexter. A lot of optimism surrounding Quay Moss and his athleticism, his quote unquote. And I heard this from a friend, and it sounds like Poindexter said it today too. Twitchiness.
Yeah, 100%. He's a very athletic player, and I think he's capable of going and playing safety, but the problem with that is who goes and plays the star spot. Like I think the star spot was arguably their most thin spot in the secondary. Arguably is their most thin spot in secondary, with Moss kind of sharpied in as the starter. And Jedias Richard would kind of been the guy I would have said was the backup. And obviously he's out for the season as well with the injury he suffered back in the summer. So I think there's a lot of reasons to be excited about Quay Moss, and I think he should be an upgrade over what Tennessee had, at that nickel spot, or could be an upgrade over what Tennessee's had in the nickel spot. I was thinking specifically an upgrade over Boo Carter, but Joe McMurray played at a pretty solid level there for Tennessee as well the last 2 years. So I don't want to knock him, but a chance to be pretty good at that spot. But I don't think it, while he's capable of sliding the safety, that would just also, open up a whole other can of worms and issues for Tennessee in the secondary.
Looking through the UT football pronunciation guide, because I heard you say this. I always thought it was DeJuan Lane. Apparently it's Dejan Lane.
I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard that a couple times besides Ryan too. So that's it, Ryan?
I think that's it. Sylvia's he's been training me on it. He's been trying to, get it's preseason, it's camp for the journalists to get the reps down, but it's I think Dejan Lane, and it's definitely not DeJuan Lane, because that is what I've been saying really all offseason.
I think we all have.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll make that adjustment as Tennessee makes an adjustment with its starting safety. Now, you mentioned that Poindexter said that Farouk had been their best safety so far. This is, I'm sure, a hard question to answer. Take your best shot. Any idea how big the drop-off is going to be from Farouk to Lane?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think if you would have said from Farouk to Metcalf, I don't think it's massive. Like, I think those guys were definitely Tennessee's best two. From Farouk to Lane, it's hard to say. I think it is probably a little bit more noticeable. I think the thing with Farouk is that you saw it last year of, like, he flashed at times. He made big plays. And now there were other times where he was really bad and he was completely out of position. And we know Tennessee gave up a ton of big plays last year, and their secondary was not very good. But he was just a true sophomore. And I think what was, knowing the talent that Farouk had, what was exciting was hearing Tennessee's defensive staffers talk about how good of a job he was doing of getting the new defense down and understanding his responsibilities and understanding what they wanted out of him. And that's why I think there was a lot of reason for excitement. And, with Lane, and really even Metcalf too, I think those guys can be good players. I don't think they quite have the high-end ability, the high-end upside that Farouk had. And, it felt like he could be an actual difference maker at safety, something you really couldn't say for Tennessee. It's really any safety, I think, in Josh Heupel's tenure. And while Metcalf and Lane, I think, can be solid, good players, I'm not sure either of them are going to be true difference makers who can change the game back there.
Just based on the limited amount of exposure you guys have had with practices, everything else, I saw Sylvia's piece on RTI where he was making some predictions on the lineup, the starting lineup. And the one I was most interested in, because obviously we've certainly covered the quarterback situation a lot, but the one I'm also very interested in is the wide receiver room, because we have so much talent there. It's not so much who's going to fill the role, like, are we lacking? It's more who's going to fill the role because we're so loaded. Obviously, Braylon Staley, Mike Matthews right there at the top. Sylvia had Travis Smith as his third guy, which is certainly plausible. All these guys are. Radar Jackson, maybe even TK Keys. What are your thoughts on that for the third wide receiver?
Yeah, I think, to me, what's almost maybe more interesting than who ends up being the starter is who ends up being the third guy. Because my guess would be that the third guy is going to get shuffled behind Mike Matthews. And I just don't think you can divide snaps at one receiver spot amongst three players and then get in any sort of rhythm during a game. And, Mike Matthews is going to be out there a ton. To me, Smith and Keys would be the two I had the most confidence in. Look, Keys, you talk about a guy that looks the part. You talk about a guy that's extremely talented. Kelsey Pope talked about it last week. He does a lot of things you can't teach. Naturally, there's a ton of excitement around him. I'm not sure that means that he's the most likely guy to start game one, which is maybe where I would side with Sylvia. with Travis Smith being the starter against Furman. But Keys is a young receiver. That's a 5-star freshman receiver is always going to be someone that fans are going to want to see and see more snaps and more playing time. It was the case with Matthews 2 years ago. I think that's going to be the case with Keys. And, I think if he's able to do what it takes to earn more and more playing time and more snaps over the course of the season, that'd be a really good thing for Tennessee, because I think he is has the talent level of a difference maker that while Travis Smith and Rodarius Jackson very capable, chance to be very good players, I don't think they have quite that level of potential.
What else are you hearing as we visit with Ryan Shumpert, RockyTopInsider.com, on the program this afternoon? Shump, what else are you hearing coming out of the scrimmage? Obviously, everybody going first and foremost to the quarterbacks. It sounds like Faison had a better day. Not that George had a bad day. It just sounds like Faison had a better day. Any other takeaways that you guys over at RTI are hearing, be it other positions on offense or the defense, that stood out from the first major scrimmage of the preseason?
It seems like there's a lot of buzz at the running back spot, behind Bishop. Obviously, there was no need for Bishop to get tackled really in the preseason here, and it sounded like he got a little bit of work. But Gordon from Tulane, and then Morris entering his sophomore season, it seems like there's a lot of positive buzz around those guys, and they both had strong days. I noticed on Brame had a big drop at one point on what could have been a big play, but that's kind of the big, I think, thing from the scrimmage. And then the other thing that this is a little bit scrimmage, a little bit just fall camp in general, is Bob, I thought he might be going in this direction when he went to receivers, but the position battle I'm really fascinated by is on the offensive line, and it's less a one player versus one player battle and more of finding your best five and where they fit. I think I kind of had the assumption or the plan was to start Ori Williams at right tackle and Jesse Perry at right guard. It feels like it's very plausible that Perry could start at right tackle, and whether it be Sham Umarov or Donovan Haslam or one of these other guys slide into the guard spot and Williams be kind of the backup, the third tackle on the roster. And that's one that I think is much more of a battle than maybe I anticipated coming in to fall camp. And I'll be, really curious to see what the plan is for Tennessee going into Furman and obviously more importantly, Georgia Tech. But also, is it going to be a thing where they stick with five guys, or are they going to rotate some of that spot because they've had maybe a tendency to do that more than a lot of teams have? So that's another spot that I'm very curious to see exactly how it's going to play out for Tennessee over the however many days, 18 days until kickoff, 17 days. I don't know how many we're at right now, but however, 2.5 weeks, however long it is, I'm curious to see what happens between now and then with the offensive line.
One more thing that I'm interested in, and you guys put a piece out on this, I think it was last week, and I think now more than ever, given what we were just talking about with Idris Farouk and everything else, there was the piece about, we've talked about the fact that Jim Knowles he comes in with a reputation of being a defensive mastermind. This type of scenario, given the injuries, given some of the strengths we have in certain areas and weaknesses in others, this is going to test this guy's acumen and creativity, maybe like nothing else he's seen in the last couple of years. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think so. Like, it's an uneven defensive roster is the word that I've kind of used, where there is talent. It's not like it's they're just don't have talented players, but they're very, very deep in linebacker, and they're not very deep on the defensive line, particularly at the two end spots. And I'm very, very skeptical in the ability Tennessee's going to have to rush the passer with four. So I think those two things create opportunities. I guess I would call it a need to be creative in how they rush the passer and how they can generate pressure. And then secondly, like how much 3-3-5 do we see? Because this is a roster that kind of feels built to play a lot of 3-3-5, and you can do that. But I'm curious to see how much they settle in and actually play that, because it's not something that Knowles has done a ton in his career, and certainly it's not something we've seen Tennessee do any under Tim Banks. And you just haven't really seen it a ton in the SEC. You've seen some teams kind of throw that wrinkle at Tennessee at times in their wide split offense, but that's one that I'm it feels like there's a lot of buzz around that right now, and I'm going to be really interested to see how much of that is real and how much of that is just kind of smoke and mirrors.
Yeah, just generating a pass rush seems like that is such an under talked about theme from this camp. And I don't know what you guys are hearing, Shump, but I hear that the Norman kid, Jordan Norman from Tulane, the transfer there, who was expected again to be a backup, I think, to Chaz Coleman this year, and all of a sudden he's thrust into more of a starting type role at that rush end spot. Sounds like he's, at least average, maybe a little bit above average, but maybe just lacking in that dynamic quality that Tennessee fans have grown accustomed to the past 2 seasons with Josh Josephs and James Pierce Jr.
Yeah, I think that's honestly probably a really good way to describe it. Like, I think he's a very solid player. I think if he was Tennessee's number 2 at the spot, you'd be really excited about him as the number 2. But I don't think he is an otherworldly athlete by any means. And how, I think he can be solid. I think he will be solid. But I have a hard time seeing the great or the elite season coming from him. So, yeah, that's when I talk about, like, obviously quarterback's the biggest question. When I talk about the biggest concern with this Tennessee team, I think it's the 2 edge spots, and I just don't even think it's really close. Like, I think they're going to be okay at quarterback. Obviously, there's differing degrees of how good they could be at quarterback, and a lot of it's because they have good players on the offense around the quarterback, and I have a hard time thinking it's going to look really poor or look really bad. It's kind of the opposite for me at the end. It's like I just have a hard time seeing how they're going to be okay there. You just kind of hope to get by, but it's just a very, very clear weakness to me. And that's while right now they're completely healthy at spot. It's going to be interesting to see. I think honestly the realistic hope for Tennessee's defensive line should be like it was in Heupel's first couple of years, where they really couldn't rush the passer before, but they held up pretty well against a run. Like, if I was Tennessee, I think I would sign up for a year defensive line being pretty good against a run and not very good, rushing passer right now, because, I just don't really see much of a path to them excelling at really either spot.
How you feeling now about Texas? Trevor Gooseby could be out for that game. I think we win by 30.
Well, that's what I had thought. Because when I saw it today, I said, well, that's perfect SEC opener for Texas. Tennessee doesn't have much of anybody who can get off the edge. If you want a game you can get by with your all SEC tackle down, like the Tennessee's probably, especially going on the road in a hostile environment, like that's probably a game that, you'd be more equipped. But, at the same time, it helps. It's Texas playing backup and juices are going to be flowing. First big game of the year. I'm sure Nealon will be rocking. Like that's the type of environment maybe, doesn't have to be 75 snaps. But maybe there's a handful of big third downs where, guys step up and take advantage of, potential all-SEC, potential all-American offensive tackle being sidelined.
Hey, Shump,
last say potentially being sidelined. It's not, not guaranteed that they'll miss that game.
True.
Shump, last thing for me here. You mentioned TK Keys. Any other true freshmen besides him and Faison, obviously, that you see potentially making an impact for Tennessee this year?
I know there's been buzz around Tyreek King, but yeah, I see that more, special teams, return man, maybe type impact. But Tennessee's just so deep at receiver that I have a hard time thinking he's going to have a major role there. And then defensively, we'll see. There's no one that just pops out to me. It's like, yeah, I think that guy's going to earn snaps, but injuries happen. Guys get better. Freshmen get better over the course of their first season all the time. Maybe some guys will emerge as rotational pieces.
Last thing for me, the news came out in the last hour or two about the jersey patch, the christening for Tennessee athletics. It's going to be men's and women's basketball with Axel Logistics. And it pivots me to the question of, is Danny going to be holding out for kind of what I call a white whale sponsor? It's coming for football. But you have any thoughts on who that could be? Because it feels like if we're looking at local businesses, we're kind of cornering the market between Food City and Pilot and now Axel Logistics.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're right. No, nothing just like super obvious comes to mind. I think to your point, are kind of they've utilized a lot of the obvious candidates, but we'll see. Well, like you said, I do think it's just a matter of time before someone emerges and they make a deal for probably a lot more than what they're getting for the basketball uniforms to have a corporate sponsor on the patch on the jersey.
Do you guys think there would be, because I saw somebody saying like Ford Motor Company, and that obviously that would be a white whale. That would be a huge, that's a blue patch. That would be like the Culver's blue patch on the red Wisconsin jerseys. Do you think our fans would be upset if you had a big blue Ford patch on the jersey?
Depends on what the money
I think
is.
so.
Don't you think though? It depends. Like what if it's like a $10+ million deal or something crazy?
Yeah, I mean that can make people less upset. But if Tennessee is playing football games with a blue patch on their jersey and they're losing and they're still losing football games, they're not winning the national championship, they're not going 11-1, people are going to say, why are we spending all this money to look stupid with this blue patch on our jerseys and we're not even winning at this, the highest level? And I think at that point there'd be a level of fairness to that critique. I think people are moving in this direction. The uniform patches are going to be a normal thing, but I do think it is important to be conscious of having a patch that actually looks, fine on the jersey, which Axel Logistics does. It doesn't look like a sore thumb or stick out like a sore thumb or anything like that.
I agree, but I am here for the Ford blue jersey patch meltdown online. Would be absolutely just remarkable.
Yes, it would.
Pure Tennessee. All right, Shump, we appreciate it. RockyTopInsider.com for all the latest on all things Tennessee. Ryan Shumpert, thanks so much.
All right, appreciate you guys having me on.
Thank you, Ryan.
Ryan Shumpert, one more time here on The Drive, Fan Run Radio. And we'll open up the phone lines to you to close out hour number 2 of the show. If you want to hop in, 865-966-3435. Your number to get on with us, 966-3435. More Fan Run Radio coming up.
The Drive. Check out exclusive Fan Run video content on YouTube. Just search Fan Run Sports and be sure to like and subscribe.
White Claw is taking hard seltzer to new heights with White Claw Surge. At 8% alcohol, White Claw Surge is a stronger wave of refreshment that doesn't compromise on taste. Available in 4 bold waves of flavor like ripe blackberry, citrusy blood orange, zesty natural lime, and tart cranberry. Check out your favorite retailer in-store and online for the White Claw Surge Variety 12-pack and 16-ounce single-serve cans. White Claw Surge. Please drink responsibly.
We really need to get some branded stuff. Shirts, hats, promo items, something professional.
I mean, we could just find a website and order a bunch of it ourselves.
You could, but you're taking a big risk. You don't know the quality, the fit, the timeline. It's a roll of the dice.
Yeah, I guess. But isn't that how everyone does it now?
Not the ones who actually care about how their brand looks. Look, if we're putting our name on it, it needs to be done right. We need SM Athletics.
SM Athletics?
Yeah. They specialize in working with businesses like ours. Apparel, hats, promo gear, but real, customized stuff. They actually care if it turns out right.
Probably a lot better than getting stuck with 100 t-shirts with crooked logos.
Exactly. Plus, they'll walk you through everything. Sizing, colors, material, so it matches the image we're trying to build.
Makes sense. What's the name again?
SM Athletics. Trust me, if you want to look like a real company, not a flea market stand, this is the move. If you're serious about your brand, work with people who are serious about getting it right. SM Athletics.
Matlock Tire, East Tennessee's #1 tire service and auto repair shop since 1953. Matlock means auto service you can trust. At Matlock, they don't just do tires, they also do oil changes, brake repair, wheel alignments, and more. Visit one of their 5 locations in Farragut, Maryville, Lenore City, Athens, and Hardin Valley. You can schedule your service online today at MatlockTireService.com. Modern convenience, hometown service, Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for. including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Is your crawl space damp, musty, or showing signs of mold? Call S&D Crawl Space and Insulation. From crawl space encapsulation and mold remediation to waterproofing, insulation, and dehumidifiers, S&D helps protect your home from moisture and poor air quality. Serving Knoxville and surrounding areas, call 865-602-0590. That's 865-602-0590. S&D Crawl Space and Insulation, protecting your home from the ground up.
September 10th isn't just a sale, it's an experience.
Of the program. Thanks to Ryan Shumpert for stopping by and enlightening us this afternoon. Just looking at some pictures of the A's new Las Vegas ballpark.
Yeah.
Like they're getting these arches up. I mean, it's going to be like much higher than it is wide.
Well,
You've seen the pictures of like have you seen the renderings of like the whole
No.
roof is going to be a screen. It's going to like,
Yeah.
is it the glow? What is that ball? The sphere.
The sphere.
It's going to be like playing baseball inside the sphere.
That's going to be
Maybe
wild.
not that trippy, but it's going to be a little bit different than some of the other ballparks we've seen.
Well, it's also going to be Coors Field 2.0. If anyone remembered when the A's and the Brewers played a series in Vegas at the minor league ballpark there to like preview this is what baseball is like in Vegas, it was a launching pad. There were like 20
what's the
home
elevation
runs
there?
hit. Oh man, I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's close to mile high.
I was watching
2,000 feet. So
I was watching the A's the other night. As a matter of fact, I was just flipping around. By the way, because YouTube TV does not have MLB Network, so it forces my hand to subscribe to MLB.TV.
Mm-hmm.
That is, for me, by far the best like sports-related streaming product there is. It's fantastic, man.
Unless you're a Braves fan.
Well, that's true.
Hey, I was there. I didn't have to see the production of it.
But what I was getting at was the A's were wearing their yellow Sacramento jerseys, which just looks weird to me, man. Just, I know they're trying to, give some love to the place they're kind of transitioning in right now in terms of going from Oakland to Sacktown to Vegas. But just, I hate it, man. I just hate it.
Me too. I hate to see the A's leave Oakland.
Yeah.
I mean, they had every opportunity to fix that ballpark situation. And that was the Oakland Coliseum. I mean, that was the worst stadium situation in Major League Baseball. That was just atrocious. And there's an artistic quality to a baseball stadium that you just have to have now, right? I mean, you can't just plop down a concrete donut in the middle of a parking lot and say, here it is, there's a baseball team, y'all enjoy.
Well, it's got to be an attraction.
Yeah, well, it's got to be aesthetically pleasing. It's got to look cool. It's got to be comfortable when you're inside it, and it's got to have stuff to do outside it. I mean, that's the way sports have gone now, and they had every opportunity to do that. But I mean, the A's are one of the original. I mean, they were in Philadelphia, right?
Correct. Were they in Kansas City?
I think so. Yeah, they made their way west.
Yeah.
I think they were in Kansas City for like maybe
like
a decade, just a couple of years, and then they went to Oakland. But I mean, they've been in Oakland all my life. I guess in the 70s, the Charlie Finley years, like they were in Oakland. So maybe in the 60s or so, they moved out there.
Those were some great teams. They were just like renegades too, because I mean, they were the first ones with the uniforms that weren't just white or gray. You know, they
kind of popped.
Yeah.
Made for color TV.
Yeah. Had the white shoes.
So you had Raleigh Fingers with the mustache and Goose Gossage and, or not Goose Gossage. It was Charlie Hunter, Catfish Hunter.
Catfish Hunter. Yeah.
And of course, Reggie Jackson,
Sal Bando, Joe Rudy. That team was loaded.
Some good names, good baseball names for sure. Steve-O on the text box says, was the GMAC chatter last week just an op to motivate him and convince him to stay? I've seen a lot of people out in internet land making this.
I think I brought it up too last week. I just wondered because remember it happened last season with Merklinger and Joey, and then Joey obviously seized the job.
So are you buying into this thing? You don't think GMAC? You don't think the reports of him looking good the first week of camp? You're not buying it.
Oh no, I don't doubt that there were some good things said. I'm just saying that maybe it was to just say, let's see if we can get like a real competition because we'll benefit from that. If maybe GMAC will step it up a little more.
Do you really think Heupel is that much of a mind game player with the media and the public?
I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. I think he is. I think he is just by way of not communicating with them and saying a lot of coach speak and everything else. Because like I was saying earlier, I think yesterday, I saw him on that Marty and McGee episode from SEC Media Days where he came and sat down, did an interview with him. He was a totally different guy, man. He was really engaging and he was awesome. I just feel like I do think that that's possible.
He's a master of his craft. We've said it over and over again. He's one of the best at saying so much and saying nothing at all that we have ever seen.
DR Vol is next on the drive. What's up, DR?
What's going on, guys? I went to the Big Orange Caravan a few years ago when they introduced Ken Caldwell, and Heupel was very back and forth with Barnes, quick-witted. I mean, because I always thought he was kind of an odd guy, but he just seemed down to earth to me.
No, I think that's fair, man. I think he's a good representative of the university, honestly, when he's in those kind of settings.
100%. And he's, Bob, I know your opinion on it. I know I've been very vocal about it. He's slimming down. It's got me ball leaving in him. And more so than, I know you talked about in the off season how much he does, but he's done it more so this year since he's been here.
Yeah.
He's feeling himself.
Yeah. No, I think so, but back to the original point on this, I just think maybe, I could see that being a coaching ploy. He was like, man, let's see if we can really, really, really get a quarterback competition going here.
100%. Speaking of competition, I feel like I'm loosely affiliated with the show. I have a complaint.
Uh-oh.
Walker, the lack of knowledge you have for American history is freaking embarrassing.
Well, I just don't know exact dates. What are we talking about?
Well, yeah, you did have a rough moment that brought shame and disgrace upon the entire web community. What was it? Was something
it was
about
with the presidents. I didn't know exactly which president was World War II.
You didn't know who the FDR was president during 90% of World War II.
I'm sorry. I'm not a history buff. I flew through the history classes. I was focused on other things.
Evidently.
I mean, look, who retains everything they
Are you that guy just like drawing stuff on the desk during World War II? I mean, like that was the most fun part of history class. DR Vol was World War II, right?
No, I was watching Game of Thrones.
Oh, 100%. I mean, I'm surprised you knew what century he was president in. We've got to do better. I mean, I got a guy, shout out to Dwayne. He is listening to the show because I had y'all's podcast playing on the lake last Saturday, and when it came to that, I was embarrassed for you.
Okay. I mean, look, when I went to school, we were in the era where like they were just kind of figuring out giving kids like
The more you try and talk your way out of this, the worse it is, Walker.
Well, I'm just explaining that
Bear
I
has
didn't pay
rubbed off
attention
on
in
you,
history class. I'm very, very honest about it. I would watch.
How did you graduate from Webb? It's a good school.
I'm smart enough to figure it out.
They let people choose their own paths. My daughter,
Yes.
who just graduated from there, was not a big history fan.
Exactly.
She took the required courses, but she had other things she's pursuing. That's what she's going to pursue in college. She's not going to be a history major. They give you that freedom.
I mean, I wasn't a big math guy, but I remember the triangles and stuff, the whatever.
I mean, I just don't retain the information. Like I took history classes, did well enough to get A's and B's over there, and then once I'm out of history classes, you flush a lot of the information to fill it with new stuff.
Oh, Walker, all I know is
Hard
your
drive is
parents
full.
listen to this, the
They know all
education
this.
they paid for, I'd be pissed.
Yeah, they're doing fine.
That's simple.
I've done fine. I made it.
We
worth
got to do better, Walker. I'm for you because you've watched Lord of the Rings, but I'm against you because you've not watched Tombstone. It really bothers me. And you not knowing American history, between that and the anti-American rhetoric with Bear, man, what's going on in that room, Bob?
Look, here's the thing: is we can't compare the average person's history knowledge or just a regular person to Russell, who is a history guy and knows all the dates.
See, I don't,
knows you are.
I don't really think I am.
You are.
You are.
You are.
There are people who know a lot more than I do.
You know more than
some
the
Ken
average
Burns
person.
vibes for sure.
Some Ken Burns vibe.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a dumbass, man.
Well, you said that, but
I would never say that.
Walker's one of those guys that he thinks Benjamin Franklin was the president.
Nope.
You could definitely trick him into that.
No, you couldn't.
somebody, a listener said, hey, at least, it was SpongeBob said, at least Walker didn't think Jefferson was a president in the 80s.
You'd never think that.
No, he said that was somebody said the clue. He was president during the 1980s. Silence. He was a movie star. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's good stuff.
DR, thanks. We got to run. Hour number 3 of the drive coming up. It's Fan Run Radio. Stay with us.
The Drive.
Fan Run Radio, Big Orange Country's sports radio superstation. Start your day off with Talk Sports with John Reed. Weekdays from 8 to 11. Then it's Tony Basilio from 11 to 1. The Playbook from 1 to 3. The Drive from 3 to 6. And overtime from 6 to 8. 12 hours of hard-hitting local sports radio every day, right here on the flagship station for Tennessee fans. Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Welcome to Axle Logistics, where excellence isn't just a goal, it's an energy. As a leading third-party logistics company, Axle is powered by an award-winning culture built on a work hard, play hard mentality. Here, the drive for success is contagious and hard work never goes unnoticed. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, Axle Logistics is the place to launch your career. Join us and take your ambition to the stars. To learn more, visit axlelogistics.com.
Are you ready for the start of a new season? Maybe looking for your team to go on a tournament run? Get game day ready with Crumble. Head on over to your nearest location and pick up 12 pre-selected cookies plus exclusive toppers. When you're looking for dessert options, there's no question about who you should call on. Our listeners already know. Last year, the Dubai chocolate was a home run, along with the brownie batter. Oreo crumb was another crowd favorite. What new flavor will set the standard this season? If you're in the Knoxville area, there are 3 locations ready to serve you: Clinton Highway, Parkside Drive, and Maryville. Download the Crumble app to build your best lineup and vote on the best combos. You can even put your bid in to request a new flavor. Order in the app and slide on over to your nearest location. Tell them Fan Run sent you, and as always, it's for the fans, by the fans. Don't miss the cookies.
Blackford Veterinary Surgery Referral specializes in surgeries not regularly performed by your pet's general veterinarian. They're currently accepting referrals from vets all across the country. With their newly renovated state-of-the-art surgery center and highly trained staff, clients can rely on professional and thorough care. If your vet says that your pet needs surgery or rehab, ask for a referral to Blackford Vet and let them get your best friend back on its feet. Located conveniently in West Knoxville. For more information, visit blackfordvetsurgery.com.
Your phone's blowing up, but you're in the driver's seat. Ignore the buzz, keep your eyes on the street. No text back, no scroll, just let it wait. Attention on the road, that's the only way. Phone's blowing up, but you're in the driver's seat. Ignore the buzz, keep your eyes on the street. No text back, no scroll, just let it wait.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to FM 105.7 and AM 1340, WKGN Knoxville, and W289CU Knoxville, Fan Run Radio.
Are you ready to show off that confident, radiant smile you've always dreamed of? Well, here at Knoxville Smiles, we're ready to turn your dream into a reality. At Knoxville Smiles, we're more than just a dental practice. We're your partners in achieving optimum oral health. From routine cleanings and checkups to advanced cosmetics and restorative procedures, we offer a wide range of services in an environment that makes every visit a positive and comfortable experience. At Knoxville Smiles, it's about more than just treatments. We're focused on creating a welcoming environment where you feel like family. Our state-of-the-art facilities are designed with your comfort in mind, and our friendly staff is always ready to address your questions and concerns. Don't wait any longer to achieve a beautiful smile you deserve. Schedule your appointment at Knoxville Smiles today and take that first step towards a healthier, happier you. Call us at 865-539-1776 to book your appointment today, or just visit our website at knoxvillesmiles.com.
It's time for The Drive's Top 5 at 5.
Quitting time on your Tuesday, 5 o'clock here on Fan Run Radio. I'm Russell Smith. Thanks for tuning in to The Drive. And if you're just getting off work, well, we have a treat for you. We call this the Top 5 at 5. It's the 5 biggest stories in sports, courtesy of your friend Walker Smith, no relation. Walker, what's up?
At number 1, if I can get to my notes here we are. Tennessee football safeties coach Anthony Poindexter met with the media today and discussed starter Edris Farouk's season-ending injury and how do we say it's pronounced now?
Dejon
Lane has progressed to replace him. Quote, he's getting better and better, so we're going to need it out of him. We're going to need him to play really good football, so hopefully he'll just continue doing what he's doing in camp right now.
I mean, he played in this system last year at Penn State, so the terminology, all that stuff, he should have an upper hand on that compared to all the other safeties, including Farouk.
Yeah,
man, it just seems like Farouk had taken it to another level this preseason.
Yeah, he was progressing really well. Seemed like he was just getting more and more buzz, but it helps to have a guy that's that experience behind him. Because I remember at the beginning of camp, we were all thinking that it might be Dejon's spot in the beginning because we didn't, we mentioned it, Farouk flashed last year, but we didn't see him as a mainstay at the time. And you hear everything out of practice, you're like, oh, so he just might be the guy now. And it seems like we're just going to hope that Dejon Lane is the guy. At number 2, Tennessee basketball, both men and women's, will be the first teams in school history to include jersey patches with a corporate sponsor beginning this season. UT announced that Axle Logistics, a shipping and transportation company based in Knoxville and founded by a pair of Tennessee alumni, will sponsor patches on the uniforms of the basketball jerseys through the 2030-31 season. The deal will pay UT more than $3 million per year.
What is the whole probably shouldn't even be going here because they're a sponsor, but Axle Logistics, I know it's logistics in like transportation and trucking and stuff like what. I know that's a growing field, Walker. Like you were in college recently. Lots of people going into logistics.
No clue.
You don't know what? Okay,
well, I got no clue.
Bob, you know what they do over there?
No, I've actually, a friend of mine whose son works in this business does not work for Axle, but he works more he's based like in Georgia, and his company handles logistics for like automobile transportation. Like they have accounts with big, automobile manufacturers and everything else. So I think it's, people who broker big trucking deals is what I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
Just Yeah, organizing, getting things from point A to point B.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great story because the two owners are UT grads and they have a ton of Tennessee alums working there. So I mean, it's a cool story. They kind of came out of nowhere, and obviously,
Cinderella story.
Very successful. Very successful.
Mm-hmm. At number 3, Tennessee baseball's Blaine Brown underwent left elbow surgery yesterday after sustaining the injury while pitching in this summer in the Cape Cod League. Brown's surgery was an internal brace procedure that takes pitchers anywhere from 6 to 10 months to recover from, though Brown is not expected to miss that much time.
You're not going to pitch for us next year.
No.
But the hope is that he could DH, because he won't be able to play right field either because you got to throw. So
who are we slating at DH already before this
But,
injury?
I mean, it was already a
Crowded.
lot of people competing. Here's the thing is Trent Grinlinger and Levi Clark are both going to play this year, like every game. So only one of them can catch. Obviously, Levi played a lot at first base. Maybe that's kind of what I'm thinking is, maybe one of those guys that's a catcher, one of them can be in left field. Grimmer's got to be in the lineup every day, right?
Yeah.
After what
maybe
we saw
he's at
last
first.
year, yeah.
But I mean, there was already going to be one or two pretty good players who had proven a lot in college baseball who were going to be hard pressed to crack the lineup regularly next season. So, I mean, maybe this simplifies things a little bit, but
I mean, we're pretty much locked in. I'm thinking mostly third base, but we're talking what? We think Sanders at third, Ramirez at short, Hanoyan at second.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Because Grimmer could also be a tool at third or second or
yes.
I mean, he's
First.
pretty interchangeable, yeah.
Left.
At number 4, we got a full slate of MLB action tonight. The best matchups include the Yankees taking on the Orioles, my Reds playing the Cardinals, the Surging Tigers playing the Pirates, the D-backs playing the Rays, Russell's Braves going up against the Twins, and the Battle of Chicago between the Cubs and the White Sox.
Did you guys see, I don't know if the alert listener tagged you in this as well, but Ha-Seong Kim for the Braves.
I have not seen this.
They made a big deal about paying him $20 million this year. He's been hurt and he's been ineffective to the point where he's not playing much. He is literally having one of the worst seasons in the history of Major League Baseball.
Oh, no.
He has the single worst batting average and slugging percentage of all time. And I guess they're, minimum of 85 plate appearances. He's hitting 0.66. 0.66. Walker, you could hit 0.66 in the bigs.
Ugh. That's so gross.
0.66, like zero, not 0.66.
That's kind of awesome.
He's also slugging 0.66.
Oh, man.
That means all of his hits are singles. Right? Is that what that means?
Yeah, I think so. That's so awesome.
He doesn't have any extra base hits in 85 plate appearances this year.
Oh, man. 0.66. Do you have what's his OPS?
230.
Wow.
He's got an OPS plus, whatever that is, of minus 32.
Minus 32?
Yes.
Oh, my God. That's so bad. OPS plus is basically the average of OPS in a number relative to 100. So 100 is, give or take, an average OPS in the league. And he's negative 35.
Negative 32.
32,
Little respect,
excuse
please.
me. Sorry. It's so funny he's that bad. I'm sorry. It's honestly impressive to be
every time that
much
I don't hate, he seems like a nice enough dude and everything. I don't begrudge him for making the money or anything, but it's like they're playing Jim Jarvis, who's a rookie out of Alabama at shortstop a lot, and of course Mauricio Dubon.
He's having a great year.
Every time I see Ha-Seong Kim, I get irrationally angry.
Everyone's got a player on their baseball team that's like that. Even Dodgers fans nowadays, everyone has one player on their baseball team that they just can't stand.
Is there anybody you don't like on the Dodgers, Bob?
Oh, I know who it is.
Kyle Tucker's struggling, isn't he?
Well, yeah, but
Kyle Tucker.
No, it's not Kyle Tucker.
Really?
No, I mean, he is struggling though. I hate these guys that you need them, but like Miguel Rojas, defensive.
Guys who are just all glove, no bat.
Kind of Ariel Antigua for the majors.
Miguel Rojas hit the game-tying home run in Game 7 last year.
He did. But that's super, super rare. I mean, like,
that's what makes it all the more
makes
special.
It amazing.
Yeah,
guys should never have to pay for a beer again.
Ozzie Smith's home run, and was that the 83 or 84 against the Dodgers?
Yeah. I want to say 86.
To give you a sense of how bad Kyle
NLCS,
Tucker has been.
I guess. Yeah.
He's getting paid $60 million a year, and Dave Roberts had to scratch him from a home game because he needed a mental break because he was getting booed so much at the Dodger Stadium.
Oof. Tell you what, it worked last night. Whatever he did, Dodgers 11 runs, 14 hits, finally had some offense.
There you go. Dodgers on the come up.
We'll see.
And at number 5, a French father and his 2 sons were rescued after being stranded at sea for 16 hours when their jet ski capsized.
Oh.
Footage shows the sons clinging to the partially sunken jet ski as the father called out to rescuers for help.
Did they have life jackets on?
I think so, yes. The family had rented the jet ski for a 45-minute ride around 5 p.m. local time. He explained that the engine had failed after being hit by large waves. After the family failed to return, rescuers were alerted and a search involving speedboats and additional jet skis began. The trio were located the following day and reunited with the mother and sister who had been waiting on shore for them.
They're really lucky.
It's crazy.
That could have been
very, very bad.
Bad, yeah, bad news.
Very, very bad. You think that these boats would have some sort of tracker thing in them? I mean, everything's trackable now. Maybe even some. I mean, there's probably no service out in the middle of the ocean.
Put a chip in your skull now.
So you can locate people's phones. All these jet skis have a compartment for people's phones, but 16 hours stuck in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, they probably had hypothermia and all that.
God.
I'd say, after like 4 or 5 hours, you're probably, this might be it.
I mean, I'm just thinking like how pruned up their hands and skin was getting.
That's what you're thinking.
I mean, like that's where for some reason where mine goes. Like, think about that. You're in a pool for an hour and how
they pull you out. Ooh, bath hands.
You look like an old man.
That is the top 5 at 5. Thank you, Walker. It's brought to you by our friends at Knoxville Smiles. Shout out to the gang at Knoxville Smiles. They're down there cleaning teeth till 7 p.m. tonight. They do that every Tuesday and Thursday at Knoxville Smiles. Just another way they make it easy for you to see the dentist. Give them a call today at 865-539-1776 to schedule your appointment. Tell them Fan Run Radio sent you. You can also book online at knoxvillesmiles.com. Smile brighter with Knoxville Smiles. Russell, Bob, and Walker with you on this Tuesday afternoon. Sad news today from the world of rock and or roll. Legendary ZZ Top drummer Frank Beard has died at the age of 77. Man, I wish Bear were here to help reminisce about Frank Beard. You big ZZ Top guy, Bob?
I've never been a big fan. I mean, I know they were certainly prolific in the 80s, but I mean, I always loved LaGrange. That song I remember vividly. I love that. But
love ZZ Top.
Talented band, just not one of my faves. That's all.
I love ZZ Top. I mean, just the coolest stuff ever. Blues-based rock and roll. Billy Gibbons, great guitar player. Already lost Dusty Hill. Yeah, I mean, they're a great band even without the beards. I always thought it was cool. You had 2 guys named with beards and then one guy whose name was Beard. Great trio, but just a really tight drummer and cheap sunglasses.
Yeah.
Oh man, he laid it down on that track. It was great drum work. So R.I.P. Frank Beard. Billy F. Gibbons, the last remaining member of ZZ Top. Walker, I have to make you a tape, make you a mixtape, some ZZ Top. Early stuff off Tres Hombres, all the way up to, they did an album in the 1980s called Eliminator. You've probably heard that song, Legs.
I've definitely heard of the band, probably heard a song.
Heard of the band? Like, that's all you're giving me on ZZ Top?
What do you want me to say?
I mean, this is almost worse than the FDR thing.
I'm sorry. I know them. I've definitely heard songs of them, but I can't say I'm familiar with all of their work.
Give Me All Your Lovin', Sharp Dressed Man.
Jesus Just Left Chicago.
This is all stuff that I've probably heard.
Duguayo, that record was unbelievable. I'm Bad, I'm Nationwide.
Yeah.
Oh, man. ZZ Top got it done. 865-966-3435, your phone number. So you're a full-on GMAC truther. You're buying the last week's narrative that George McIntyre had a great and keep in mind, I think you would agree, you have had an acute case of Brandonitis.
Sure.
For a couple of months now.
Call that a vision.
A vision.
Yeah.
Came to you in a dream.
Premonition?
Yeah. No, I mean, I just found it interesting that GMAC was very much in the mix for a week.
And it went away nearly as quickly
that's all.
As it came.
Yeah, that's all. I as I said before the scrimmage, I was like, if GMAC shows out and he's QB1, of course I'll be rooting for him, but I think Faison's the better alternative, and I still feel that way.
Richard on the text box says, there's just no way I see Heupel starting a true freshman quarterback the very first game. I'll believe it when I see it. Well, you might be fixing to see it, so get ready to believe, Richard. I mean, it's not like George McIntyre has some overwhelming experience advantage here. Like he's been here longer, but what did he throw? Like 5 passes last year?
Yeah, that's all right.
He's had plenty of opportunities to stake his claim to this thing, and it just feels like this. I'm not declaring it done, but it does feel like Saturday's scrimmage might be GMAC's last chance. And I do think there's something to be said for, and I'm not saying that it was an op like the guy last hour, but I mean, you want him to remain engaged. Like if Faison is indeed passing him up here and it's going to be Faison's season, you want George to stay engaged as your backup in case you need him there. But also, I mean, it behooves him to, if Faison is the guy and he has a big year, George is probably going to transfer at the end of the year, right?
I would think so.
And we wouldn't, I don't think anybody would begrudge him that. But if you're still, even as the backup, you're auditioning for your next job. And so you want a good recommendation from Heupel and your teammates. You don't want to be seen as a malcontent. It can help. I mean, if Faison Brandon turns out to be the second coming, it's like you just got beat out by a superstar. If you take that well, if you handle that well, you show up every day with the lunch pail mentality and you're helping him, helping Faison develop and helping the team as the backup, then that's going to be seen well when you go into the portal next year. And I mean, it'll be interesting to see what kind of, again, big if all this transpires, what the market for George McIntyre is. I don't know that Alabama and Florida are recruiting him next time around, but I also don't know that he's going to Jacksonville State or something like that. I feel like there's probably, Big 12, ACC schools, or maybe even Ole Miss, Missouri, school like that.
Sure.
Could be in the market for his services.
I wonder, real quick, I've talked about this before, but I don't know if I've talked about it on this show, that I've said before that sometimes I think the sign of a program that's on the come up, that's on the rise, is when you start to have players transfer out. Now, hear me out. I'm not, sometimes it's about other things, but in this case, think about all the players that have transferred from Georgia, from Alabama, from Ohio State. And it's because they're all good and there's not enough playing time. There's, and I just want, because to your point on GMAC, if he doesn't get the starting job, you got Derek Baker coming in, you got Caden Kraft coming in ensuing years. You're going to have Faison there for a couple of years. He wants to go play somewhere. And I feel like sometimes that's just table stakes if you're a program that's going to be moving closer and closer to being in that top tier. I don't feel like we're there just yet, but we could be real soon. And I think that might be what we're experiencing. It's not always bad.
No, there used to be a stigma against transferring. Well, it didn't work out. What happened? And now it's just a thing that happens. It's, hey, you still be a good player. This would be hopefully exactly like those Alabama and Georgia situations where it's like, man, he's not a bad player. He's a good player. He's a starter anywhere else. He just happened to be behind Faison Brandon,
right?
Who's a superstar. Let's get Roberto in here next. Roberto, you're on the drive, Fan Run Radio.
I was actually calling in to weigh on what you guys just said. It's almost like, GMAC's getting written off if he's not the starter. And I don't think that's fair because that means Faison Brandon's very good. Because if everything is true, now, Bob, you said you're a truther now, so you're saying it was basically BS.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying
he's had a good summer.
He says it was an op.
I was just saying I didn't say it was an op, but I was
false
saying
flag.
There could have been some coaching up happening from Josh.
I'm sure there was a little hyperbole on how great he looked, but nonetheless, he's not a bad. I mean, he was a 5-star out of high school for a reason to play. So if you get beat out by a better player, I mean, he's going to begrudge him, Russ, as you said. If he leaves, no one's going to hate on him for it. Well, I'm sure some idiot in our fan base will, but it won't be any logical people. But what happens if Faison Brandon comes in and kind of stinks because the lights are too big, and George comes in just because we're getting blowed out, as they say, by somebody? All of a sudden, he lights it up. It's not over, and I don't think everything I've ever heard about George McIntyre is he's a great teammate. I don't think he's going to quit on his guys and just check out. I think that's what they're worried about, and I just don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
That's for what it's worth.
Yeah, like I said, it would not be good for him to do that for his future. So
it would be a bad business decision.
Yes.
Another thing, Russ, did you and I accidentally tempt the wrath of the thing way above the high of the whatever a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about Blaine Brown coming in and pitching as a closer? Do you remember that conversation?
I do. I take no responsibility for it. It's on you, bud.
Okay, well, I mean, you sound like my wife. So I just wonder. I do wonder if he was going to really play in the field much anyways. Is that a bad thing to say out loud? Especially, I mean, Reese Chapman's coming back, right? That's the unspoken, most obvious thing that's getting ready to happen.
Maybe, but I don't think Blaine Brown, I mean, he was projected in a couple of the mock drafts that we saw as a first-round pick next year. Now, that's not a guy that's riding the bench.
Yeah, I mean, but I think he was probably going to DH anyways because I just don't think he's that good in the field. He's not bad. He's just not elite. He's not got a great, and he doesn't throw this is what's strange. He's got a cannon, but he doesn't throw the ball behind runners very well.
Yeah.
So I know
this is a setback for his
Phil
development, both as a hitter and a pitcher, but hopefully it's a big setback for a big comeback for him.
Well, I think that, I'm not too worried about his draft status. If it was as good as it was, as you were saying, it will still be there.
Yeah.
Because they're not worried about that. And he's not going to be a pitcher in the major leagues. He's just not. He's too erratic. So he's going to be a hitter in the major leagues. And I don't think that's going to, it might be the Shohei Ohtani effect for this kid. Has anyone actually proposed that? Shohei Ohtani, when he hurt his arm, was the best hitter in baseball. Because he focused on hitting.
Yeah, we talked about that. I agree.
He's just going to miss.
Okay, I missed that.
And I'm not dismissing it out of hand. He's just going to miss so many at bats in the fall that I mean, he was not a great hitter at the end of last season. There needs to be development there. So I hope it works out for him. I'm just a little skeptical.
Well, thank God we had, that was the one position in the outfield. I mean, we all kind of felt in that conversation, Russ, and I do speak for you on this one, that we're pretty well solidified across the infield, catcher, pitcher, and then even now that Reese Chapman's coming back, right field and center field. That's what it was always the left field anyways. So maybe this clears a path for somebody to come in and maybe do something they weren't going to be able to do. Maybe it's a Percy kid. Who knows? I do hate it for Blaine Brown though. And I hope we don't lose him because of it. I hope he doesn't get all pissed off and say, I'm just going to transfer or I'm just going to sit out and wait for the draft or whatever. Well, anyways, it's a very spirited and intriguing conversation about you guys today. Really enjoyed it. Take care.
Thank you, Roberto. Appreciate the phone call. Coming up, we'll play What You Talk About. We need our two players. We're looking for the second alternate today. 865-966-3435. Go ahead and call now if you want to play What You Talk About coming up here after the break. Plus, some late breaking news. Tennessee football picking up one off the scrap heap. We'll tell you more about that when we continue. You're listening to The Drive on Fan Run Radio. We're back with more right after this.
The Drive.
Take Fan Run Radio with you on the all-new Fan Run app. Just search for Fan Run Radio wherever you download your apps.
Is your crawl space damp, musty, or showing signs of mold? Call S&D Crawl Space and Insulation. From crawl space encapsulation and mold remediation to waterproofing, insulation, and dehumidifiers, S&D helps protect your home from moisture and poor air quality. Serving Knoxville and surrounding areas. Call 865-602-0590. That's 865-602-0590. S&D Crawl Space and Insulation. Protecting your home from the ground up.
What kind of day is it? It's a White Claw day. Grab a pack, grab your friends, everything else in life can wait. Your friends shouldn't. Let's go. White Claw. Grab life by the claw. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois.
Golf Envy Farragut is the premier indoor golf experience you've been looking for. And right now they are offering a limited number of founding memberships. Golfers can reserve their spot for just $150 before their September grand opening. Founding members receive 90 days of unlimited guest passes, as well as an exclusive risk-free first month. That's right. Try out Golf Envy with no obligation. Give it 30 days, and if it's not the right fit for what you're looking for, your first month's dues will be refunded. Members will get access to their Golf Zone 2 Vision NX simulator technology, the most realistic simulator on the market, where they can play more than 300 courses and compete in leagues and tournaments with players all across the country. Golf, rain or shine, 24/7, 365. To learn more and become a founding member, visit their website at farragut.golfenvy.com/presale.
Hey, Vols fans, Cody Brown here. I grew up right here in Tennessee and know what it means when someone says, I've got your back. That's why you can trust Farm Bureau Insurance of Tennessee. Whether it's your home, your vehicle, your family's future, or the business you built from the ground up, we will show up for all of your insurance needs. We are Tennesseans who understand what matters, which is doing right by you. Insurance is not all about just paperwork and policies, but it's about the people we insure every day. So if you want insurance that hits home, give me a call at 865-992-3871. Go Vols.
Is your yard starting to look more wild than welcoming? Yeah, don't let your landscape be that house on the block. At ECR Total Landscapes, we make sure your outdoor space is something you're proud of. From de-weeding flower beds to leaf blowing, trimming, mulching, and more, completely customizable to your property's specific needs. We'll handle it all. Why spend your weekends sweating it out in the yard when you can just sit back and enjoy it? That's the ECR difference. And right now, new customers can get 10% off your first month of our monthly maintenance package when you sign up for a full calendar year. That's right. Consistent, reliable service at a price that makes it easy to get started. No sweat, no hassle, just a better looking lawn week after week. Call ECR Total Landscapes today and mention promo code FANRUN to save 10% on your first month. Call 865-384-2012 or visit us online at ecrtotallandscapes.com.
A brand built in Tennessee and born from the love of the game, Inward Half revolutionizes golfing comfort. Crafted by a former pro and dedicated enthusiast just like you, our luxury performance wear guarantees you stay
So this is one of those guys. I mean, he's one of these fifth-year guys who just gained an extra year of eligibility. And we were wondering if this was going to happen with Jackson Moy potentially on the defensive line, but it's going to be Monty Hunt. First of all, Monty is a great name. I mean, when was the last Monty you ran into?
Monty Kiffin.
Yeah, Monty Python.
Yeah.
But so he's coming in here, spent the last 2 seasons at Tennessee Tech, began his career at Palomar College in 2022. He was there for 2 years. Last season, he played in 5 games, notched 3 tackles and 3 pass breakups. So this is probably a depth piece. I don't know if this is a guy they would have taken, before Farouk was hurt, or if this one has anything to do with the other. But it is interesting. Monty Hunt, now a Tennessee defensive back.
I mean, it's a combination of Farouk and the other DB we lost earlier in that week as well. I'm blanking on his name, but he was a reserve guy who was also went out for the year. So you lose 2 DBs in the first 2 weeks of camp. I'll find his name in a minute.
Yeah, Jadaeus Richards.
Yeah, Jadaeus Richards. So that's 2 DBs in a week and a half. You got to get someone to fill that third string spot. And with this new injunction going around where all these guys are available, why not go get a kid who's an hour and a half down the road that could potentially be a practice player and be an emergency if we need him?
Well, and I said Nakos also added that he's hearing that Missouri and LSU were 2 other schools that were sniffing around Monty Hunt as well. So
maybe he's a guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not penciling him into the starting lineup, but like you said, this is a guy that's played 4 years of college football. At worst, he's a guy that can run around and practice and kind of give the scout team a look. But who knows? Maybe he figures into your special teams somewhere and can be an emergency stopgap in the defensive secondary. So Monty Hunt is a Vol. All right, we've got our 2 players. The final alternate spot up for grabs today. And what you talking about? Hit it, Walker.
Time to play the game.
Time to play the game.
Time to play the game.
What you talking about? 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 What you talking about?
Today's contestants are Will and Tom. It's not William the Conqueror, is it?
I don't know.
Find out. Will, are you there?
Hey, how are we doing?
Hey, Will, how's it going?
Guys?
This isn't William the Conqueror.
Well, it was once upon a time. The artist formerly known.
Is it William the Conqueror?
It is I.
Wow, he really is coming out of retirement.
Wow.
As an alternate, doesn't this feel a little bit like Babe Ruth trying to make the Topeka Roadrunners or something? I mean, what's going on here?
I couldn't get through, Russ. I don't know what to tell you. The phone lines were jammed.
Yeah, I mean, it's a popular game, as you well know. People wanted to play. So if nothing else, you have a chance to make a statement here.
Truly.
Poor Tom.
That's what I intend to do.
Imagine the Conqueror shows up and just puts up a 15, puts everyone to shame as a second alternate.
Just letting everybody
Calm
know.
down, Walker. I'm trying to get focused here.
I'm hyping you up. I'm trying to get you going.
You're setting up for a big fall is what you're doing.
I mean, that's one way of looking at it. I would look at it in a positive way of like we got
a lot to live up to.
Let's go.
You got a lot to live up to. All right, William, you know the rules. Are you ready?
Yep.
Here we go. This is the golf tournament at Augusta National.
Masters.
This is the capital of France.
Paris.
This is what you eat with movies at a movie theater.
Popcorn.
Yes, this is the first defensive player to win the Heisman in 97.
Charles Woodson.
Yes, this is where the Jaguars play.
Jacksonville.
This was the head coach of the Colts. They won the Super Bowl with Peyton.
Tony Dungy.
Yes, this is the country singer from Sevierville. She has big boobs.
Dolly Parton.
Yes, this is the sport that Gretzky plays.
Hockey.
This is the game played at the end of the season in New Orleans.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Sugar Bowl.
Yes, this is Baltimore's baseball team.
Orioles.
This is a hockey movie with Emilio Estevez.
Mighty Ducks.
Yes, this is where the Fighting Irish play.
Notre Dame.
This is where Tokyo is.
Japan.
Yes, this is a interception or a fumble in football.
Turnover.
This is the head coach of Memphis basketball.
Penny Hardaway.
We can't give you that one, but that, ladies and gentlemen, is how it's done.
That is
William the Conqueror.
William the Conqueror.
14.
Best score we've had all year outside of Bob and I, of course.
Other than our exhibition.
He still got it, folks.
That's a good score.
He still got it.
God, he's professional.
Hey, Walker.
Yeah.
Don't pull a muscle patting yourself on the back there.
I'm hyping you up. You don't like a hype man?
Two-time What You Talk About champion William the Conqueror is back, ladies and gentlemen. Poor Tom is quaking in his boots on the other line right now. Hang right there, William. We'll see. Kind of rooting for Tom here, but Tom, are you with us?
I'm here. I'm here.
You've got your work cut out for you here this afternoon as a past
the legend came back.
Past champion William the Conqueror. I mean, you should feel honored, honestly, to take the court against him, but it's going to take a Herculean effort here. 14 will tie and force a playoff. 15 would score you this would be the biggest event in What You Talk About history. Just an amazing upset.
Let's do it.
Okay. Here we go. This is Peyton's brother.
Eli.
Full name.
Manning.
This is the Keanu Reeves movie where he's like bending bullets and he's Neo.
Matrix.
Yes, this is the country right above us.
Canada.
This is Arizona's baseball team.
Diamondbacks.
This is a movie about dinosaurs.
Jurassic Park.
Yes, this is Coca-Cola's big rival.
Pepsi.
This is the former head coach at Alabama in the 60s, won a bunch of championships.
Bear Bryant.
Yes, this is Houston's basketball team.
The Rockets.
Yes, this is a circus animal with a trunk.
Elephant.
Yes, this is where the Red Sox, Celtics play.
Boston.
This was Trump's vice president in his first term.
Pitt.
Full name.
Pass.
This is the boxing movie with Sly Stallone.
Rocky.
Too late.
Mike Pence stumped us. What did he end up with?
10.
So it wouldn't have quite been enough, but that was impressive.
He was on pace for probably
11
yeah.
or 12. Yeah.
Yeah, Pitt. Damn it.
Pence. God, man.
He just came up against a buzzsaw.
Yeah. Just about any other day, this would have done it, Tom, but you came up a little bit short today. No shame in that, though.
Nope.
All right, congratulations. Thanks for playing. Bring me the conqueror, the man, the myth, the legend, the icon. William?
Well, I'm thankful for sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, sir?
Good.
I just want the record to show. Where did you go to high school, William, to learn all this amazing knowledge, this breadth of knowledge you've possessed?
3300 Sutherland.
West High School. I mean, you know who was president during World War II, right?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I was trying to learn from the web guy, and I haven't quite got the answer yet.
Wow. Apparently, they haven't reached that far in U.S. history,
right?
Over there on Dutchtown.
Right. That's right.
Okay. Tough look.
Wow. Well,
tough look.
I'm thankful for the chance to play. If nothing else, it's good to knock the cobwebs off for 2027. But all there is to be done is just wait and see if anybody flakes.
All right, man. Well, hang right there. We'll get your phone number. Sure, we already have it, but let's get it just to double check just in case. I mean, what do you think about that, Bob? That's like seeing Jordan come out of retirement. What are some other like legendary moments where like, oh, you thought he was gone? Like remember in the 96 Atlanta Olympics when there's Ali with the flame.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, it's a legend. There he goes. Mama, there goes that man.
A couple of listeners were saying that they felt like the questions for William were maybe easier than the ones for
Mike Pence was brutal. If like I didn't know what else to say. What I mean,
yeah.
Who the hell is Mike Pence? He's the guy who's next to Trump for 4 years.
All that to say, 14-14. That's a good score, and we know that that's tough. Something Walker and I have achieved, me multiple times, but.
Yeah, but you did it in studio. He did it over the phone.
I did it again. Do I need to remind you last year?
Oh, easy. Take the bass out your voice there, Bobby.
17 over the phone last year. Not to be duplicated.
You think you can take William the Conqueror?
That'd be an interesting
That would be an interesting, he says.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I would love to see that. You have to step outside on your phone.
Maybe that's like a celebrity version of it or something for next season.
You're just like placing yourself on par with the Conqueror. A bit presumptuous, I must say.
Okay. That's all right.
A bit presumptuous.
I got you, but that was a good score today. That's the most impressive performance of all of them, really.
And he's not even in the thing.
Well, and that's, he said that. He said he hopes someone flakes. I mean, again, who gets the first alternate?
The other guy yesterday.
A to Z, who only had 10.
Hey, I don't make the rules. I just enforce them.
Yeah.
I guess I do kind of make them too. But anyway, 865-966-3435. If you want to get on, final segment of the drive coming up. 966-3435. Speak now, forever hold your peace. The shocking conclusion of the drive after this.
The Drive. Streaming worldwide at fanrunradio.com and on the free Fan Run app. This is Big Orange Country's sports talk radio superstation. Fan Run Radio, Knoxville.
Hey, Vol Nation, football season is almost here, and we're looking for sponsors to join the Fan Run family this fall. If you or someone you know owns or operates a business, we'd love to talk to you about advertising on The Drive, Voluntary Reaction, The Basilio Show, Talk Sports, and other award-winning Fan Run programming. Just shoot me an email to russell@fanrunsportsgroup.com. That's RUSSELL@fanrunsportsgroup.com. Are you getting penalized because you can't make it to your bank on time? No need for unnecessary roughness. It's time for a new game plan. Easily manage your accounts with Citizens National Bank's mobile banking app. Check your balance, deposit a check, and pay a bill all from your phone with CNB's mobile banking.
Citizens National Bank. Banking never felt so good.
Member FDIC.
Located in Knoxville's historic Old City, Barley's offers great food, live music, the best draft beer selection in town, and now your new favorite place to watch sports. Their indoor projector is perfect for any weather, and they've revamped their upstairs area with more TVs to take in all of the action. Their menu features hand-battered chicken tenders, juicy burgers, fresh salads, and the tastiest pizza in Knoxville. You can enjoy their happy hour drink specials daily from open until 6 p.m. Barley's Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Running a business, coaching a team, planning your next big event, you need more than just gear. You need SM Athletics and Logo Solutions. Custom uniforms, branded apparel, promotional products, done right, done fast, and built to show off your brand with pride. From local businesses to high schools to major universities, SM Athletics is trusted by winners. Get real service, get real quality, get noticed. SM Athletics and Logo Solutions, where your brand comes to life.
Visit smathletics.com and let's build something great together.
Is your crawl space damp, musty, or showing signs of mold? Call S&D Crawl Space and Insulation. From crawl space encapsulation and mold remediation to waterproofing, insulation, and dehumidifiers, S&D helps protect your home from moisture and poor air quality. Serving Knoxville and surrounding areas, call 865-602-0590. That's 865-602-0590. S&D Crawl Space and Insulation, protecting your home from the ground up.
Matlock Tire, East Tennessee's #1 tire service and auto repair shop since 1953. Matlock means auto service you can trust. At Matlock, they don't just do tires, they also do oil changes, brake repair, wheel alignments, and more. Visit one of their 5 locations in Farragut, Maryville, Lenore City, Athens, and Hardin Valley. You can schedule your service online today at MatlockTireService.com. Modern convenience, hometown service, Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair.
Vol fans, reimagine your home at Broadway Carpets and Flooring for any remodeling or building needs. With a variety of carpets, rugs, hardwood, vinyl, and stone, Broadway has all the flooring and installation options you're looking for, including pet-resistant products like Pet Perfect Carpet from Shaw Floors. Visit their showroom in downtown Knoxville or the location in West Knoxville located on Kingston Pike near Pellissippi Parkway today.
Performances come across my timeline. Are you guys seeing these too?
No, I haven't seen those for a while.
Yeah.
Tiny Desk, yeah.
But there was the one that got recycled a couple of weeks ago of, I don't even know what the band was, but it was just one of the most cringe-worthy like performances you'll ever see. You know what Tiny Desk is? Mm-hmm. It's like an NPR thing where they get a band, they play inside a little tiny room or whatever. And that went viral. And so like there's another one of some kind of new hippy dippy group that this just, it's like hard to watch. It's so bad. But then I've been seeing other people post like actual good performances from that. Like I saw one of Cat Stevens doing Father and Son. You remember that song?
Oh yeah. No, it's a great song.
It's a great tune. Yeah. And
they get some really, really famous people to do it.
Yeah, couple of good groups. I'm digging it.
Mm-hmm. There's a really good one where Bruno Mars did a performance on there that was really, really good. That's one that sticks out to me, and then there's a bunch of others.
No Bruno Mars, no ZZ Top. I'm not letting it go, Walker.
Bruno Mars is on my bucket list. I need to see a concert. I've heard it's fantastic.
Yeah, my friends went to one in Atlanta without me, and I'm still bitter about it. Yeah. It's tough.
Defending champion Nick in the YouTube chat says Bob is stoned out of his damn mind if he thinks he did 17 on the phone.
We got witnesses, as a matter of fact. GBO Kyle Beach remembers. He said it was on record. I had 17. I almost had 18. I just didn't beat the buzzer.
Well, somebody else brought up the point. It does beg the question, how do you get 17 on the phone and then 14, you're sitting right here next to me?
Had 15. I had 15, first of all. Walker can vouch. And I would have had 16, but I had to pass on one that there was a pronunciation error, but that's a tough job for you. I get it. So
Oh, you're putting it on me.
well, no, I'm just saying that I don't pass. That was tough. I had to though.
Bobby don't pass.
but I couldn't understand and it turned out it was like one of the easiest ones, but
what was it?
West High School.
Oh yeah.
Or Rebels. Yeah. That was it. I thought you were saying Wes. And I was like, who the hell's Wes? And so that's why I passed.
I love that Bob is, a co-host of the show that this chat is on, and yet he still can't wait through the break and has to go into the chat to fight back against people.
Come on,
slandering
defending his honor.
Well, yeah,
people
saying like
I'm
in
the chat.
Yeah, like I'm actually like fibbing or something. That's.
I am here for Bob on the phone versus William the Conqueror on the phone.
That'd be fun.
I do think that would.
And I mean, he could absolutely be the winner. I mean, he's good, man. Very good player.
That West High education. Wes High. You see what I did there?
Yes. Oh, here's Nick.
Joshy Boy is up first. We'll get Nick in. Joshy Boy, you're on the drive. Fan Run Radio.
Yeah, and with my education, Bear was making fun that I went to Powell High School last week. Bear's a freaking idiot.
I felt like he was way out of line, that comment. Disparaging your alma mater like that.
Yeah. So, guys, I want to propose a question to you this season. We know we got the really good recruiting class heading in to next year for football, but let's just say, like Roberto was mentioning, Faison Brandon comes in and just is not good under pressure and sucks. And George comes in. Neither of them are not that good, and we lose about 5 or 6 games this year. Should Heupel be considered on the hot seat of possibly getting fired?
I mean, like, I don't know if he gets fired this year, like after the season, but if they go 6-6, 7-5, he's on the hot seat going into next year for sure. Right?
Yeah.
Is that a crazy assertion?
No.
It kind of seems like people were making the assumption, like, after last year when we got Joey, we really got him late, and they just said, oh, that's a bridge year. And I know some people are saying going into this year, given the situation at quarterback again, oh, it's another bridge year. Like, come on, we don't need to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the term bridge year, I mean, there will be circumstances, I guess, that can make seasons a quote-unquote bridge year. But in the age of the transfer portal and NIL,
it's so easy to win now.
Yeah, I mean, your school like Tennessee, if you've got the money, there should be no bridge years, man. You should have a team every year.
Yeah. You should be in the top 25 almost every year competing to go to the college football playoff.
Yeah, I mean,
because Tennessee is a big-name football school.
Which is where this team is projected to be, right? We're top 25 in both major polls, so...
Yep. And my other question that I had, are you guys okay with what Tennessee did today, choosing Axel as the name patch for basketball?
As a sponsor of Fan Run Radio, I can say wholeheartedly yes.
I'm 100% fine with it. I think it looks good based on what the mock-ups are looking like, and
like you said, it's a Tennessee company. They're grads. I mean, it's a good fit there.
And money's money, man. At this day and age, I'm good with it. I really am.
Hey, Joshy boy.
Yeah. Have a great day.
Appreciate the phone call, man. I want to get Nick in here before we have to take off. The defending what you talking about champ Nick Champ's here, ready to defend his championship and perhaps defend his honor. You and Bob have been going at it in the YouTube chat. I wish I could get this kind of passion from Bob on the show. You called him out.
I called in because it seems I owe Bob an apology. Having said that, I've got a long-standing policy in agreement with Bear that I like to lash out wildly and refuse to apologize when I'm wrong. So
I'm sorry.
Forget about the apology, Bob.
Senator.
Oh, that's all right, man. And you had a fair question. I was thinking back to what happened when I did the exhibition this time, how I only got 15. I also stumbled on Russell had asked the question about where the president lives, and I think my first answer was Washington, D.C. instead of the White House. So between that and the pass, that kind of pinged me.
On that note, I've been you guys have been disparaging me here for a couple of weeks, calling it a 12. I guess technically it was a 12, but I got 13, and in the same way Russell DQ'd Floyd Mayweather, and I don't blame you for that, Russell. It's your fault, but I don't blame you for it. I think he just slipped up and said something and had to not count it. So unofficially 13, officially 12, which is fine. I will say I was listening to Pod from yesterday this morning, and I wanted to call in and just say I'm a big fan of Roberto the caller. So this is not meant to lash out wildly at him, but William the Conqueror will destroy you. You have no chance. Wow. And I know that because William the Conqueror destroyed me in the championship 2 years in a row before I finally got him. And having said all that, I think I've decided that my nickname is going to be William the Conqueror Conqueror.
Nice. That's good.
Oh, man. I like to Nick the Quick, but we'll take that before the Council of Elders
King Nick
this afternoon. And, battle lines have been drawn. Apologies have been denied. And it is officially what you talk about Champions League time here on The Drive. Very exciting.
All right, I'm looking forward to it. I'll see you guys later.
See you, man.
Thank you, Nick.
By the way, Derek, who's one of the Champions League guys, he said on the live chat, he's Spongeball 93. So that's what he's going by.
Oh, yeah. He's got to be Spongeball.
Yes.
All right. That's going to do it for us. Overtime headed your way next for Bob and Walker. I'm merely Russell Smith. We'll do it again tomorrow, 3 to 6, right here on Fan Run Radio.